people treat digital learning, they've been treating educational technology as this nice to have optional thing, and now we know that's not the case.
There's a lot of opportunities that a lot of all these institutions can come to ensure that that kid in Garissa or Marsabit has equal access to these learning opportunities as the child in Nairobi.
We need to focus now on teachers. We need to bring them to the mindset of the 21st century learner.
Our focus on the conversation is what lessons can we draw from the disruptive year that was 2020.
The Nation.Africa Digital Summit is bringing together the continent's most indigenous marketers and business and thought leaders to share relevant knowledge and frameworks for implementing digital-ready roadmaps. This year's summit will be held on the 25th and 26th of February at the Sarova White Sands, Mombasa. Do not be left behind. Join us in this digital transformation journey. Book your slot now. Call 020-3288-523 or 0719-038-523 today.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What about video?
8K video. Beyond cinema quality.
So...
you can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
But will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
Welcome to Good Life, where we are all about you. And when we say you, we mean all of you, including the little ones. We're all about ensuring you feel better and healthier, so you enjoy every moment with the ones closest to you. A smile on your face is what we're about. That's why you'll always be welcome back to Good Life pharmacies across Kenya with the same smile on every visit. Good Life. We're all about you.
Message brought to you by Kenya Snakebite Research and Intervention Center in collaboration with Neglected Tropical Disease Program.
Mama Ashanti. How this Nigerian couple has teamed up with 2 other West African families to bring the taste of West Africa to Kenya.
These yams are not found in East Africa.
Really?
These are West African yams.
On Kenya to the World,
governments have done what they need to do.
Kenya and Ghana boost trade between the 2 countries. And on My Magical Kenya, why mangrove forests are key to the tourism sector. This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Inanitosha Kenya, inanitosha This is NTV.
Hujambo mtazamaji, natumai umekuwa na Ijumaa yenye baraka, ikiwa ni tarehe 19 mwezi wa Februari. Shukrani sana kwa kuchagua kuwa nasi. Kwanza kabisa tupate vipasho.
Tukimwona mtu pale ambaye ametoka mahali padogo na amepata mali kama vile Hosea amepata, tusianze kuwaita wezi.
Naibu Rais watetea mahasla wenzake wanaotajirika haraka, akisema sio sababu ya kuitwa wezi.
Mambo ya 2/3 gender rule ikianguka, shauri yenu. Msiseme mimi sikuwapatia nafasi ya kuhakikisha imefanyika. Sio kulia kwa magazeti, kwenda fanya.
Rais adokeza kwamba mswada usawa wa jinsia utarejelewa, huku akiwaamuru makatibu wapya kusukuma mbele.
Lazima tuwe katika mstari wa mbele na tupeane msimamo wa serikali ni upi.
Serikali yatetea maafisa wa utawala wanaosukuma BBI, huku EACC kikana kulenga wanaopinga mchakato huo.
Wenye wanajua value ya handmade things, hata uambie bei ghali kiasi gani, huo hawaogopi kununua.
Na katika makala ya Ulimbwende leo tunaangazia mapambo na mavazi ya urembo, hususan kwa wanawake.
Mubashara kutoka jumba la Nation. Hii ni NTV Weekendi na Nuru Abdulaziz.
Na karibu sana mtazamaji. Mwenzangu wa ishara ni David Agondoa. Andamana nasi hadi tamati. Tukianza taarifa zetu, Rais Uhuru Kenyatta amewataka Wakenya kupinga wanasiasa wanaotaka kutumia fujo kama njia ya mkato kupata madaraka. Rais ambaye alizuru jiji la Nairobi hii leo amewataka Wakenya kujitahadhari na ahadi za uongo kutoka kwa wanasiasa.
Rais Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa mtaani Kayole na Dandora humu jijini katika ziara ya kuzindua hospitali za Soweto na ushirika zilizojengwa na bodi ya utoaji huduma jijini Nairobi NMS. Amekuwa akitumia miradi hii kama jukwaa la kuzungumza na wananchi, kupigia debe mchakato wa BBI na kukashifu mienendo ya naibu wake William Ruto. Rais Kenyatta amewataka wananchi kupinga wanasiasa wanaotaka kuleta fujo kama njia ya mkato kupata madaraka na kujitahadhari na ahadi za uongo kutoka kwao.
Lakini tukiwa watu ambao wanataka kuchimbana, watu ambao wanataka kugawanya wananchi kwa mirengo mbalimbali, hiyo ni vita inatuletea na umwagikaji wa damu. Mimi naambianga watu ya kwamba uongozi ni wa mara mbili. Unaweza uongoze na kifua, lakini unaweza kuongoza na upendo na majaliwa ya Mwenyezi Mungu.
Rais Kenyatta amesema kuwa mradi wa kazi mtaani ambao ulifaa kukamilika mwezi ujao utaendelea.
Nimeona vijana hapo na wote wanasema wanataka kazi mtaani irudi. Mnakubaliana na wao? Basi wacha tufanye mbinu tuone ni vile tutarudisha hiyo program. Vijana waendelee na kazi ya kuwasaidia na ya kujenga Kenya.
Awali katika ikulu ya Nairobi alishuhudia kuapishwa kwa makatibu wasimamizi 9 walioteuliwa juzi. Miongoni mwao akiwa aliyekuwa spika wa kaunti ya Nairobi Beatrice Elachi, ambaye ameteuliwa kuwa katibu msimamizi katika wizara ya jinsia na utumishi wa umma. Rais amewataka kuhakikisha miradi yote ya sasa ya serikali inakamilishwa kabla ya hatamu yake kukamilika.
Wewe former speaker, hawa tumekuwa bunge na hawa, alright? Mnajua yale mambo yako, you understand siasa, yeah? Mambo ya 2/3 gender rule ikianguka, shauri yenu. Msiseme mimi sikuwapatia nafasi ya kuhakikisha imefanyika.
Hivi majuzi Rais Kenyatta amekuwa akizuru mitaa ya mabanda jijini Nairobi kila Ijumaa kuzindua angalau hospitali 2 zilizojengwa na NMS na kujibu wale wanaopinga serikali yake kisiasa. NMS inajenga hospitali mpya 24. Vincent Odur, NTV.
Naibu Rais William Ruto leo ameashiria kwamba matamshi yanayohusisha utajiri wake na uwizi ni hujuma. Akihutubu katika ibada ya mazishi ya marehemu Hosea Kiplagat katika eneo bunge la Baringo ya Kati, Naibu Rais alitoa mfano wa utajiri wa Kiplagat aliyenyanyuka kutoka unyonge hadi kuwa bwanyenye, akisema sio sababu ya kuitwa mwizi.
Kuna juhudi za kumaliza siasa za matabaka na wanyonge na familia za mabonyenye katika kampeni za mwaka wa 2022, lakini ajenda hiyo imefuliwa katika mazishi ya Hosea Kiplagat, mmoja wa vigogo wa enzi za KANU.
Mwingine kulisikia neno la Bwana.
Alipopanda jukwani kuifariji familia ya Kiplagat, Naibu Rais William Ruto alionekana kujilinganisha na Kiplagat, huku akiashiria kwamba wote waliinuka kutoka familia za wanyonge.
Tukimwona mtu pale ambaye ametoka mahali padogo na amepata mali kama vile Hosea amepata, tusianze kuwaita wezi.
Huku kampeni za kusukuma BBI zikiendelea, Naibu Rais amelazimika kujitetea mara kwa mara kuhusiana na chimbuko la utajiri wake.
Nia yangu ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba wale ambao wataendelea hawatakuwa watu ya kunyanyasa na kuibia wananchi.
Wakati wa mazishi ya Kiplagat, swala la ubabe wa kitabaka kati yake na Gideon Moi, mwana wa hayati Rais Daniel Arap Moi, lililibuka tena.
Vipi na ndugu yangu Gideon? Nyinyi ni watoto wa tumbo moja. Lazima ushikanishe jamii ya Wakalenjin pamoja.
Senator Walekina, usikuwe na wasiwasi ati kuna maneno hapa. Hapana. Sisi ni watu united.
Wiki jana, bunge la kaunti ya Baringo lilipiga kura kuangusha ripoti ya BBI ambapo inaungwa mkono na seneta wao Gideon Moi na Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Ni tukio lililotazamwa kama ufanisi wa Ruto katika ngome ya Moi.
Na tume ya kupambana na ufisadi nchini EACC imetetea kauli ya kuwataka madiwani na maafisa wa bunge la kaunti ya Baringo kufika mbele Jumatatu ijayo kutokana na rabsha zilizotokea wakati wa mjadala kuhusu mapendekezo ya ripoti ya BBI wiki iliyopita. Tume hiyo imetoa kauli hiyo baada ya madiwani hao kudai maisha yao yamo hatarini. Hata hivyo, mshirikishi wa serikali kuu katika bonde la Ufa amepuuza madai hayo, akisema maafisa wa utawala wana jukumu la kusukuma ajenda ya demokrasia. Bridget Ngana anaarifu zaidi.
Madiwani 12, spika na naibu wake pamoja na karani na asajini wa kulinda vikao vya bunge watatakiwa kufika mbele ya maafisa wa tume ya kupambana na ufisadi mjini Nakuru Jumatatu ijayo kwa kile EACC inasema ni mienendo ya kukiuka ibara ya 6 ya katiba kuhusiana na maadili ya uongozi. Hii leo viongozi hao waliofika katika mazishi ya Hosea Kiplagat walisema watafika mbele ya tume hiyo, ila baadhi yao wanalalamikia kile wanadai ni tisho kwa usalama wao.
Shall be able to obey. We are going to honor the summonses, the invitation by EACC to appear in their offices on starting Monday up to Thursday.
To me, is further intimidation, and that is as a result of us voting or shooting down the BBI. Scuffles and skirmishes in county assemblies has been happening throughout the country.
Wakati huu mijadala ya umma juu ya mchakato wa BBI inaendelea, maafisa wa utawala wamepewa majukumu ya kusukuma ajenda hiyo ya rais.
Mradi wote wa serikali ambao unakuwa spearheaded na rais wa Kenya, automatically sisi kama wakilishi wake, najua sisi tuko answerable kwa rais direct. Mipango yake yote ambayo inatakana kutekelezwa lazima tuwe katika mstari wa mbele na tupeane msimamo wa serikali ni upi tuambie mwananchi ni kwa nini BBI. Wanasiasa wanaweza kusema mambo mengine, mambo ya vyeo, mambo ya nini. Lakini sisi tunajua kwamba kwa upande wa serikali mchakato wa BBI ni kuhusu umoja wa Kenya.
Tume ya EACC pamoja na Wizara ya Usalama wa Ndani ni vyombo vya serikali ambavyo kwa sasa vinaonekana kutumika kukandamiza wale wanaoonekana kupinga mabadiliko ya katiba. Bridget Ngana, NTV, Nakuru.
Ukae chini.
Kwingineko, serikali inapendekeza kubuniwa kwa vituo maalum vya kunadi nidhamu shuleni, huku walimu wakitakiwa kuwajibika zaidi katika kupambana na utovu wa nidhamu shuleni. Washikadau katika sekta ya elimu walisema hayo leo wakati wa kikao cha kujadili njia za kuzuia maovu na visa vya mara kwa mara vya kuchomwa kwa shule. Wanasema kumfukuza mwanafunzi shuleni au kurejesha adhabu ya kiboko sio suluhu ya utovu wa nidhamu shuleni.
Double the number of teachers and other staff on duty to heighten surveillance. Get schools to focus on preparing rather than pressurizing the candidates as they approach the examination. Sleep is important. Investigate each school fire and sanction the culprits, students or non-students, accordingly, including using the criminal justice system if needed.
Wanawake wengi hupendelea kuvaa mapambo mbalimbali, haswa herini na mikufu ili kuongeza mvuto, lakini wengi wanadaiwa kutozingatia mtindo wa nguo, rangi ama maumbile ya miili yao, hali inayoacha nguo zimewavaa. Katika makala ya wiki hii ya Ulimbwende, Fatma Bugu anaangazia mapambo hayo na mambo ya kuzingatia kwa muonekano nzuri zaidi.
Tuna deal na both male na female kind of jewelry, but sana sana tumemejor na jewelry ya wanawake kwa sababu hiyo ndio inatembea sana. Tunatengeza mikufu, that is necklaces, bracelets, pete, tunatengeza vipuli. Vipuli pia tunatumia beads aina tofauti tofauti, kuanzia stones, yani mawe, precious stones, semi precious stones, pearls. Watu sasa wanatengeza hata mikufu na mawe zenyewe. Unachukua hata mawe zenye ziko na health benefits ama zinaleta positiveness. Wakati ushatengezea bibi harusi kitu na kikakuwa kizuri, unaona anaenda akielezea wengine. Pia traditional weddings, wenye wanafanya hizi za kitamaduni, hizi za kwenda ofisini, just something simple yenye mtu anataka kwenda ofisini nao, kama ni vipuli na mkufu. Weekend, wakati mtu anataka kwenda out, unaenda date na mtu wako, pia tupo na that kind of jewelry selection. Si kila mtu anakuanga na ile fashion sense. So kitu ya kwanza which I do as an extra service, nauliza huyo client, mteja, na ni nguo gani utakuwa vaa, rangi gani, atanielezea, atanitumia hata picha, itakuwa design gani, kwa sababu kuna kama unakuta kama hii off shoulder, kuna hii inaenda na accessories mingi sana, but unakuta kama nguo ya kuja paka huku juu, kuna utavaa mkufu ya aje mwili, cause kuna accessories zingine ukiwa mkubwa ukijaza sana inakufanya unakaa mkubwa zaidi. Alafu sasa wafupi pia hawezi vaa ndefu sana. Kuna accessories zingine kama uko mweusi sana ukivaa hazionekani. Kuna teja kadha wa kadha wenye wana reaction ya certain types of metals. Sijaona mtu mwenye kuna allergies ya beads. Ni zile vyuma kama tuseme hii. Sasa watu kaa hao tunakuanga tuna customize kama ni silver hooks, pure silver hooks ama pure gold hooks. Wengine si hypersensitive, hawakui allergic kwa brass hooks. Alafu kuna pia stainless steel. Ama at the end of it all, ago plastic way, kuna plastic hooks pia. Wenye wanajua value ya handmade things, vitu zinatengenezwa kwa mkono, huwa hata uambie bei gali kiasi gani, na wanajua ni kitu yenye watavaa na hawataiona yani kila mahali, huo hawaogopi kununua.
Na mtazamaji, tunaenda mapumzikoni. Kuna mengi tu tumekuandalia, tunarejea baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu. Usiende mbali.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Sasa, mimi ni Zuri from Safaricom na niko hapa kukuchanua. Jichanue na data statement kujua vile kila MB ya bundle yako imetumika. Dial *544# and select 8 for data statement. The first time you access your data statement, una get 200 MBs completely free.
How powerful is the healing power of Vaseline? We applied Vaseline jelly to one leaf, the other we left alone. After just a few days, the difference is visible. Nothing locks in moisture better to keep skin restored. That's the healing power of Vaseline.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
Mama Ashanti. How this Nigerian couple has teamed up with 2 other West African families to bring the taste of West Africa to Kenya.
These yams are not found in East Africa.
Really?
These are West African yams.
On Kenya to the World,
Governments have done what they need to do.
Kenya and Ghana boost trade between the 2 countries. And on My Magical Kenya, why mangrove forests are key to the tourism sector. This Saturday, at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Kapu la biashara imeletwa kwako na Family Bank.
Na shukran sana kwa kuendelea kuwa nasi. Idara ya kukagua ubora wa bidhaa na huduma nchini Kenya, Bureau of Standards yani KEBS, imetoa mwongozo mpya unaolenga kulainisha matumizi ya silinda za gesi nchini. Mwongozo huo unazingatia usafirishaji, uhifadhi na utumizi wa mitungi ya gesi ya kupikia ili kupunguza ajali za nyumbani kutokana na uwepo wa mitungi isiyofaa sokoni. Kulingana na takwimu kutoka afisi za KEBS, kwa mwaka mmoja uliopita jumla ya visa 44 vya malori ya kusafirisha mitungi ya gesi kubingirika viliripotiwa nchini kutokana na hali duni ya usafirishaji wa silinda hizo. Waziri wa Utalii Najib Balala ameamuru serikali ya kaunti ya Narok kuharakisha utayarishaji wa mpango wa usimamizi wa mbuga ya Masai Mara. Mpango huo mpya wa Masai Mara unanuiwa kuimarisha usimamizi na kuwezesha ulinzi na utunzaji wa mazingira pamoja na wanyamapori. Hiyo maarufu kutoka duniani inasimamiwa na serikali ya kaunti ya Narok kwa niaba ya serikali.
If we don't do the management plan for Masai Mara Reserve, it will die and we will regret it. Because overdevelopment is what kills the reserve. Overgrazing will kill even the conservancies.
Kapu la biashara imeletwa kwako na Family Bank.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Na sasa tupate mkusanyiko wa taarifa kutoka majimboni. Biwi la simanzi limetanda katika kijiji cha Ulore, eneo bunge la Alego Usonga, kaunti ya Siaya, baada ya watoto watatu kuchomeka hadi kufa usiku wa kuamkia leo. Moto huo ulizuka mwendo wa saa 5:30 usiku wa kuamkia leo kwa ghafla, na juhudi za mama ya watoto hao kujaribu kupata usaidizi ziliambulia patupu. Watoto walioaga ni wenye umri wa miaka 6 na pacha wa miaka 3. Mbali na familia hiyo kupoteza watoto watatu, imepoteza mali yao ikiwemo mavazi na vyakula. Chanzo cha moto hakijabainika huku uchunguzi ukianzishwa. Miili ya watatu hao imepelekwa katika hifadhi ya maiti ya hospitali ya rufaa ya Siaya. Wakazi wa eneo bunge la Limuru, kaunti ya Kiambu, wanalalamikia ongezeko la visa vya utovu wa usalama katika eneo hilo. Kulingana na wakazi hao, visa vya watu kuuawa na miili yao kuachwa kando ya barabara vimeanza kuripotiwa kila uchao. Aidha, wanadai maeneo yaliyoathirika zaidi ni Mutarakwa, Tuekunu, Ndiuni na Tharoni. Sasa wanatoa wito kwa maafisa wa polisi kuzidisha doria hasa katika barabara ya Nairobi Mai Mahiu. Kwengineko, nyimbo na densi zilisheheni sherehe ya kuadhimisha miaka 64 tangu kufariki kwa mpiganiaji uhuru shujaa Dedan Kimathi huko Nyandarua. Mashujaa wenzake na familia wangali wanataka mwili wake ufukuliwe ili apewe mazishi ya taadhima. Hatua hiyo pia inalenga kuvumbua kitendawili cha alikozikwa Kimathi. Kwa kupitia wakfu wa Dedan Kimathi, familia yake inalenga kukusanya zaidi ya saini milioni 1 ili kuiomba serikali kuufukua mwili wake. Pia familia yake imetoa wito kwa serikali kuwasaidia mashujaa wengine wa Mau Mau kwa kupata kipande cha ardhi eneo la Rumuruti. Wakati huo huo, viongozi wakiongozwa na mkurugenzi mkuu wa mashtaka ya umma Nurdin Haji hii leo wamefanya mkutano wa kuwashukuru wakazi wa Garissa kwa kusimama wima na familia ya marehemu seneta wa Garissa Mohamed Yusuf Haji aliyefariki siku ya Jumatatu baada ya kuugua kwa muda. Wengi walijitokeza kumwombea marehemu pamoja na kutoa msaada kwa wasiojiweza katika jamii pamoja na kummiminia sifa marehemu Haji. Miongoni mwa viongozi waliokuwepo ni Waziri wa Fedha Ukur Yatani, magavana Ali Korane na Mohamed Kuti pamoja na Sofia Abdinur. Na taarifa hizo za kaunti zinatamatishia awamu ya pili ya NTV jioni. Baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu tuungana naye Yoshua Makori na taarifa za spoti.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What about video?
8K video. Beyond cinema quality.
So
you can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
But will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
In Kenya, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Brushing with Pepsodent removes bacteria and repairs tiny holes before they become cavities. Because every smile matters.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali. Tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Ndio nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 hash utunukiwe Credo Double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Ndio mida sasa kudunda vunjani haraka upesi. Wananiita Yoshua Makori. Timu ya taifa ya mpira kikapu ya wanaume almaarufu Kenya Morans imeanza kampeni yake ya kundi la ba ya kufuzu FIBA Afrobasket kwa kushindwa alama 69 kwa 51 na Senegal jijini Yaounde, Cameroon. Morans ilishindwa alama 21 kwa 18 katika robo ya kwanza, ikashinda robo ya pili alama 13 kwa 6, ikanyukwa 25 kwa 10 ndani ya robo ya tatu kabla ya kushindwa alama 17 kwa 10 kwenye robo ya mwisho. Mechi ya pili ya Kenya itakuwa dhidi ya Angola hapo kesho na kisha ihitimisha shughuli dhidi ya Msumbiji hapo Jumapili. Morans chini ya kocha mkuu Les Mills, raia wa Australia, inahitaji ushindi mmoja tu ili jikatie tiketi ya kushiriki FIBA Afrobasket kwa mara ya kwanza katika takriban miongo mitatu. Mwisho Kenya kutia go katika mashindano hayo makuu barani Afrika ilikuwa mwaka wa 93. Makala ya 30 yatafanyika kati ya Agosti tarehe 24 na Septemba 5 mwaka huu jijini Kigali, Rwanda. Soka sasa, na ni kwamba Bandari FC imenyuka AFC Leopards mabao 2-1 katika mechi ya kuwania ubingwa ligi kuu ya kandanda humu nchini Lokonjani Baraki mjini Mombasa. Mabao yote ya Dockers yalitiwa kimiani na William Wadri, naye Marvin Nabwire alifunga la kufutia machozi la Ingwe. Hii ilikuwa ni mechi ya kwanza kwa kocha mkuu wa AFC Patrick Ausemsi, raia wa Ubelgiji, tangu airithi mikoba kutoka kwa Anthony Modo Kimani. Wakati huo wanajeshi Ulinzi Stars waliwashinda Sofapaka mabao 2-0 ugani Kericho Green. Kesho Nairobi City Stars itamenyana na Zoo FC katika mechi ya mapema uwanjani Kasarani, kabla ya Bidco United kuvana na Mathare United katika mechi ya pili. Nzoia Sugar itaikaribisha KCB nyumbani Sudi, huku Kakamega Homeboyz ikiwa mgeni wa Western Stima uwanjani Moi Kisumu. AFC Leopards itakutana na Posta Rangers katika raundi ya 32 bora ya kuwania kombe la FKF la Betway kulingana na draw iliyofanyika hii leo. Sofapaka itakabiliana na Ulinzi Stars, Fortune Sacco itamenyana na Nairobi City Stars, Congo Boys au Gor Mahia icheze dhidi ya Cusco, nao marafiki wakaribishe Tusk FC. Mabingwa tetezi Bandari FC watakutana na Dimba Patriots, Bungoma Superstars ikoruzane na Nation FC, KCB ilimane na Transfork, wakati Tandaza ikikabiliana na Kariobangi Sharks. Keroka TTI itaitembelea Equity. Nayo raundi hiyo ya 32 itafanyika kati ya Aprili tarehe 17 na 18 mwaka huu. Mshindi wa dimba hili atatuzwa shilingi milioni 2 na tiketi ya kuiwakilisha Kenya katika kipute cha mashirikisho ya soka barani Afrika, CAF. Katika anga ya mataifa ni kwamba Manchester United imetia goli moja ndani ya raundi ya 16 ya Liga Europa baada ya kuyadhibu Real Sociedad mabao 4-0 uwanjani Juventus mjini Turin, Italia. Bruno Fernandes alitia kimiani mabao yote mawili kunako dakika za 27 na 57. Marcus Rashford alifunga bao la 3 dakika 64, naye Daniel James akahitimisha ushindi dakika ya 90. Wakati huo Tottenham ilivuna ushindi wa mabao 4-1 dhidi ya Wolfsburg huko Budapest. Son Heung-min alifunga kurasa mabao katika dakika 13, naye Gareth Bale alifunga la pili dakika 28. Lucas Moura aliongezea bao la 3 dakika 34 kabla ya Michael Liendly kuifungia Wolfsburg bao la kufutia machozi dakika 55 kwa njia ya tuta. Carlos Vinicius alifunga ukurasa mabao dakika 88. Kwingineko Benfica ilitoka sare ya bao 1 na Arsenal ugani Olympico. Akibia siri ya malipo kwamba wale watu ambao wanafanya mambo kwa passion huwa malipo yao ni duni, lakini wale ambao hawafanyi kwa passion malipo yao ni makubwa sana. Kwa hiyo wale wako kwa passion msife moyo. Niite mwanaspoti nikubali matokeo usiku mwanana.
Namshukuru sana Yoshua Makori anasema kwa passion. Ndio hivyo sasa mtazamaji, na sina la ziada. Naitwa Nuru Abdulaziz, mwenzangu wa ishara ni David Agundoa. Alamsiki.
This is NTV.
Presenting the new Harpic bathroom cleaner. Compared to ordinary detergents, its thick formulation gives you superior cleaning and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses all around the bathroom. Blue for the toilet and red for the bathroom.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
How powerful is the healing power of Vaseline? We applied Vaseline jelly to one leaf, the other we left alone. After just a few days, the difference is visible. Nothing locks in moisture better to keep skin restored. That's the healing power of Vaseline.
When I open my eyes, I see me. A beauty you can't believe, oh mama, no place I'd rather be. Kenya, duniani hamna kama we, nothing better. Si unapendeza, let the sunshine over you, my love. Your sounds heal my soul, nothing better. Kenya unapendeza, uye ona vile wanashindwa kukata. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
NTV, turning on your world. The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10.
Hello and welcome to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. We have yet another classic show lined up for you. Our guest for this episode is here for the second time. He is a psychotherapist who holds a master's degree in counseling psychology. You loved him on his first appearance, but he's here today for yet another interesting topic. Benjamin Zulu is in the house. We'll be talking to him in a bit, but first, this week, former Secretary General of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, Dr. Muhisa Kitui, announced that he will be running for president in 2022. No sooner had he made the announcement, there were ready reactions, and this one has arguably carried the most interest.
Muhisa, mheshimiwa, ametoka London, sijui ni Australia, sijui ni wapi, Dubai, wherever. Na yeye kwa sababu ni kijana yetu ya diaspora, hakujangi matanga, Muhisa hakujangi matanga. Mumewahi ona Muhisa kwa matanga? Sasa akikuja hapa asiwapatie 200, awapatie 1000. Kila mtu kabla Muhisa hajaongea mnampiga fine ya 1000. Mnasikia? Mkisikia Muhisa kwa Kakamega mnaenda nyinyi wote ni mbona ni huko Nyanga. Wewe 1000 kabla hujaongea. Bei ya kuongea ni 1000 kwa kila mwananchi. Kwa sababu hakujangi matanga. Hakujangi matanga.
Imagine kusetiana, hata kama everyone has to be punished. Let's be candid here. Kama kuenda matanga ni requirement ya kukuwa president, how comes baba has never been president? Hakuna matanga baba hajawahi enda. In fact, ile matanga baba hajaenda ni ya tangatanga ya Jubilee. By the way, come to think of it, baba ako kwa matanga ya Jubilee. Now, what Lurambi MP Titus Hamala is saying, regardless of how many achievements you have in life, to lead, lazima ukuwe unaenda matanga. Makes it sound like in Western, kuna unit huenda matanga kuconfirm kama Mugiza amekuja.
Hakujagi matanga. Mugiza hakujagi matanga. Mumewahi ona Mugiza kwa matanga?
So politicians and funerals are actually a thing. They are intertwined. This could be interpreted to mean that the career of Kenyan politicians is directly linked to Kenyans dying. This explains many things. That's why healthcare in Kenya maybe cannot be sorted because politicians will not get a platform. I'm asking myself, could this be why after the doctor strike, political activities in the country hiked? Whatever you do with that information is up to you. That's all the evidence you need to prove that politicians love you to death. In other news, the gender divide has been widened after veteran journalist Maina Kageni posted this video on his social media account this week. Yani, there's a lot going on in that video, way more than meets the eye. Of course, to the naked eye, when the people who don't fear God watch this video, the thing that comes to mind ni vile watu wanduthi ubadilisha na wasichana na watu wa trailer. But that's not the point. For a level-headed person, the interpretation is very simple. A man and a woman on a motorbike get stuck in the mud and then a lorry comes to the rescue. Now the question becomes, you mean the whole lorry only had enough space for one person, the lady? Maze, lorry ata, yani afadhali mtu abebe mawe. Nyuma iko na mwanaume mmoja. Enye, a man is a man's enemy. Maybe ndio sababu watu wanduthi hawapendi watu wa gari kabisa. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to start a gender war here. From a hater's perspective, the lady and the boda guy were heading in the same direction. Then they get stuck. A lorry appears going in the opposite direction, dem anashuka akaipanda. To mean that huo dem hata hakuwa anaenda mahali huo mse wa nduthi alikuwa anaenda. Hakuwa anaenda the same direction. Hivi ndio mademu wengine wanaanzanga safari na wewe, halafu wakigundua kuna mahali unaenda, they leave you for someone who is moving. Kuna watu wanasema, hivyo ndio Irongo Kang'ata amenyakuliwa Jubilee. Now, there's always a talk of watoto wa siku hizi wameharibika kuliko wa kitambo. How true is this? Every generation has said this about the previous generation or the generation that comes after them. Now, there are people who even feel that people born in this generation are weak because of how much parenting has changed. We have Benjamin Zulu on the other end of this short commercial break to help us break this down even further. This is one of those conversations you don't want to miss for anything. See you guys in a bit.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Indigestion and heartburn? Eno gets to work in 6 seconds and works on the 6 symptoms of heartburn so you can keep living life non-stop.
Eno, fight heartburn and indigestion fast.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Downy's new boom boom pow, Downy boom boom pow. Smells bayana uchafuzi na zidi na improve Downy. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na Downy's boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, Downy's new boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. Powerful freshness, Downy's boom boom pow.
Nani 15 bob too?
When they flip and roll and start to crawl away, tape diapers can be hard to put on. Then it's time for all-round fit Pampers pants. Easy to pull on even when they're moving around for a great fit and up to 12 hours of dryness. And easy to remove. Just tear the sides, lift away, roll up the pants, and you're all done.
A 2-piece pack now available at only 50 bob.
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I've created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes, and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please.
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
I don't charge my energy.
For the journey, for the journey. For the journey.
Bossy, bossy.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream, and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
The Nation.Africa Digital Summit is bringing together the continent's most indigenous marketers and business and thought leaders to share relevant knowledge and frameworks for implementing digital-ready roadmaps. This year's summit will be held on the 25th and 26th of February at the Sarova White Sands, Mombasa. Do not be left behind. Join us in this digital transformation journey. Book your slot now. Call 020-3288-523 or 0719-038-523 today.
Try Panadol Advance for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Advance.
Welcome back to the Wicked Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Shonzito tena kama kawaida. Our guest for this episode here for the second time is a master's degree holder in counseling psychology. He's a life coach. You loved him the first time he was here. Back with us again, Benjamin Zulu. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Hey, manze. Leo we are talking about a very different subject, but probably along the lines of something that's affecting the world now. New age parenting. I called Benjamin Zulu juzi, nikamwambia I had an interesting observation. Niligetia mtoi wangu phone and the reaction was atasoma kweli. But looking at myself at that age versus now vile wana grow, you told me that this technology thing that does not mean that children are smarter than we were.
In fact, I want to comfort parents. When you talk about parents, Kingori is us. You know, there before parents were wazes. So many people exclude themselves when they hear the word parents. Today, remember 75% of Kenyan population is us and the young group.
Yes.
25%, the ones there are fewer nowadays. Have you been surprised when you go to companies and you wait for the boss? Then you're waiting for a person to come to presence.
Yes,
Only for a person like you, a lady you could have cut yard easily.
Yes. Coming through.
You know?
Yes, yes.
So remember, now gadgets don't mean they are geniuses. Okay. 2.5 years old, 3 years, they know your phone more because they have nothing else to do.
They are idle. Unemployed.
That's all they have. Had you been given this thing at your age, you'd have also learned it. You are curious. So let's stop saying we have a generation of very curious kids whom we can't put up with. What else do they know apart from the gadget? They don't know life. So it's to say, let's stop overestimating, because we end up being intimidated. Because it's true, they can do things with your phone you have never done with it.
Yes.
You have been with it and you hear sounds from the phone, you wonder, is that my phone?
Yes.
Because you never know those games exist there.
Yes.
So it's true, but the thing is, they are very curious, and they're supposed to be like that at that age. Yeah. So number one, in order to decide whether to give your child, and you weigh the pros and cons in the following ways. There are standard influence of phones on anybody. You need to know them. First of all, the phone brings the world home. So if you close the gate and tell the gate man, children don't go out, but then you bring the phone home, you brought the world home. The children don't go to the world, but the world came home.
Huyu alipataje mimba na atokangi nje.
Exactly. Anaweza katiwa hapo na wapange kitu yao, and you know they're studying you and your movements. Yes. So they can master the movement with the ideas of the con guy outside there. Yes. They can find their way out. Yes. So, and one of the things, so we have said one of the obvious is that it opens the world. The thing is, don't close them out of the world. Is to measure what they're being exposed to. So understand the standard pros and cons. One con is brings the world. Another con is that if you don't regulate how much they have it, they can sleep with it overnight, interfere with their sight. They become short. We have more people who are short-sighted today, more glasses uses today because people abuse their eyes when they're young. The phone is worse than the TV because it's closer to you. Yes, all right? Yes, and the light is here, and kids close in the blanket with it. So if you do not regulate the exposure, it can affect their health, their sleep patterns, because it's too interesting. They don't sleep. Sometimes you have to whip kids to follow the sleep program at home. Yes. Other cons involve things like, who are they talking to? Do they now go to play natural games, or they will stay on the phone only? And the psychomotor. Psychomotor is the hands and the game, the whole body. The games on the computer don't engage legs, so they just engage the brain and the fingers. So there are games that the kicking of the ball, the running, the body requires all that. But if you leave this, they will forget to go to kick the ball, to run after, and that is their body needed that for psychomotor, the muscles, and how to learn how to interact with other people. Wakosane wa resolve, they go pitana, they arrange this, ukienda hivi, nikuja hivi. That is negotiation skills in life. They're learning them while playing, all right? Children play games that players don't have losing and winning. That is 5 years and below. They don't know the games of losing. They just play kitchen, play dad, play mom. But when they reach like 6, 7, they start playing winning and losing. That counting of score, arguing, settling, that is life now. They need to play that one, all right? Okay. So the cons, but the pros are also very strong. The pros are, if you don't get your kid the phone and the rest of the kids in the class have it, the kid will be odd one out and they will be laughed at every day. It can affect their self-esteem, all right? If they do not know the trends that are going on because they are not updated, they don't know which phone is going on, they will also feel isolated. They could feel not loved. And let's not ignore this and say, in our day we do not have it. Your day does not exist. Don't raise your kid for a world that no longer exists. Okay. Some of us went to school without shoes. Nowadays, they can't do that, all right? So we were never used to use school bus. School bus was your Route 11, all right?
Yes.
Your feet Mitsubishi. Yes. You know, that's how we used to go. But today, that is the norm. So the thing is, the cons are also strong. Another con is, it gives kids a wider research. They were a ready library in one gadget. If they use it right, they get to know their personality type, the skills, they connect with other kids in the world, they get to see better movies without you having to buy every movie they used to buy, they can see things, the cartoons that are educative. This phone is inevitable. At the end of the day, you can't keep your child from it. Those people keep asking me, do I buy or not buy? Ask them, stop asking for shortcut. If you look for shortcut, you'll be cut short. Okay. The real work is get the phone and regulate how much content it brings to the child.
Okay.
The third factor is you should know your child. Know your child, whether they're disciplined, they're self-controlled, whether they're obedient, or they're cheeky, or they're cunning. Their particular child. Children are not the same. You can bring phones to all your children when they reach 10. You get reach 10, you get rid of, but many of them go the other side and go, know this particular kid and delay or get them early or grant access or deny it depending on how cheeky they are, how mischievous you've known them to be. And please, let's not force our women to be working every day, all right? Especially after they get the kids and you realize there's need at home. At home, bringing up your kids, Kingori, is work enough. If there's a child who requires close observation, rearrange one of you to be more available. And you carry the financial burden. Let mommy be home with the child. Because this child, after a few years, they'll go away. If you say, no, we must work more than you can't stay home, then you lose the kid. What is the profit? You make money and you lose the child. So when children are young, it's very okay for us to rearrange it. One of us has more time with the children. Pick the kid home. I drop the kid. You pick them, observe them, train them. You two should do homeschooling, even if they're still doing school. And don't send your kids to boarding when they're class 3, Kingori. Okay. Stop dumping your kids too.
I need to note that down. Ni mimba ama kazi. Choice. Don't take your kids to boarding schools
when they're class 3. Yes. Don't stop dumping them to the world before you prepare them for the world. If you take your kid to boarding when they're 8 years, 10 years, you are dumping them with the kids who come from drug-using families, dysfunctional families, chaotic families. They learn wild behaviors that you never see at home. Don't spend a month without seeing your kid. Are you crazy? This kid, you have not prepared them that they could be injected drugs, taught pornography, shown things, violence, boxing. Let me ask you, Kingori, when you buy your kid a pistol to shoot and play games shooting and killing people, yes, what is the fun there?
Policeman.
What? They learn horror movies and violence from those other kids. I want to stay with my kid until I have prepared them for the world. At least until, I will not send them anywhere until they reach high school. They will stay with me so that I can observe, speak values, teach them the principles I want. Before I send them to the world, I want to have prepared them with the values and guidelines. Don't dump your kid in school. The reality is we don't take them there because we want good for them. It's for 2 reasons. We think it's class, sign of class that you can afford it. Okay. But another thing is we are lazy. We want time alone. These kids are bothersome. Kids are work. When they're at home, they need constant attention. Yes. So sometimes we are sending them away to have some break.
Yes. We are just avoiding the reality. And the third reason is ignorance. Thinking grades are what. Don't ask your kid whether they scored airplane. That is not the only question. Ask whether they know how to control their emotions. Whether they can be patient, chapati kipikwa. Whether they can... Whether they can share the food with the other kid because the other kid did not get. Whether they can walk with the kid who got injured slowly home. Whether they can carry the book that was lost and take it with the teacher. Whether they see money and take it. Look for values, Kingori. Don't emphasize marks. That's where we are getting it wrong. Osama bin Laden was an airplane student. So if you only praise airplane, you could be raising another Osama bin Laden. It's not the brain only. Can we please also build the character? I'm happy they are scrapping away the useless 844 we had. 8 minus 4 minus 4. Zero system. Because it was emphasizing, oh, airplane, you scored airplane, I'll give you with this, you scored. And yet the same kids did not have emotional control, could not control their own, especially men. Wild passions. Some of these men you have seen score first class engineering and they go to kusukuma mkokoteni because they cannot improvise the skills they got to do something. Watengeneze kisiagi ya ile njenga kule nyumbani. Okay. And they make some money. Cannot repair a motorbike. Cannot repair the common things. The mkokoteni. Instead of repairing for common people and start there, they can't have that creativity. They have a lot of book knowledge, but they are useless in the street wisdom. But Nini, for the mkokoteni, I think I can defend them. They are giving out full wheelbarrows now, so it's complete. It's really you mentioned something here that you need to monitor your child. Talk values to them. Raise them properly.
Yes.
Kiboko, sijasikia kiboko. Oh, kiboko nilisikia where you need to whip them to follow a routine. In kiboko, what's the regulation? What's the kupanga?
You know, there's a thin line between using the kiboko to, you know, to straighten and using the kiboko to abuse. When you are sick, they banned the cane because it was being abused. But the Bible still says if there's a foolishness bound in the heart of a child and the whip drives it out. You don't drive that foolishness by, please, Junior, please just wear that shirt. Please, wear that shirt. No.
Junior, well behaved. Use Jaden.
So the Jadens we have today and the Michelles, and what you have today is you must still use the cane, although having explained because you are to come in the house at 6 p.m. but you played and overstayed at 6:30. And we said when you overstayed is how many canes? 2, all right? You make sure you explain so that tomorrow is called negative reinforcement. They associate coming late with the pain. And that's why every woman, even if you're parenting a boy alone, you need to have a male voice somewhere. Through the teacher, the pastor, the mentor, make sure if you're bringing up a boy. I saw a mother and a 5-year-old, both of them crying and shouting on the road, all right? The boy doesn't want to go to school, and the mother is driving her to the school bus, and the boy is complaining by crying. Children communicate many things by crying. They can cry of hunger, fear, pain, and mothers know it. You've seen that a child cries and mother is not even bothered. Another cry, and the mother is startled, and they run. Because this boy was crying in terms of protest. And the boy said, the mother is also shouting, "Go to school, you're driving me mad." So both of them were, mother and the son.
Yes.
And I saw helplessness because the mother doesn't understand that boys don't know emotional. To this day, men don't know emotional language. They still have to learn it even at our age.
Okay.
We still don't get it why the woman is quiet and she's just, there's tension in the house and you don't know where to start and you don't know where to. So don't shout to boys, explain what you mean and always implement punishments quickly. Rewards and punishments will be implemented. I keep teaching mothers because many of them have to raise children alone and they have to raise boys alone. You can still raise a president like Obama, being a single mom, until he's coming to look for the grave of the father when he has already achieved with the guidance of the mother. So you can still father, quote unquote, when you are the mother. Sometimes necessity leaves you alone to do it. Many of us have been brought up by our mothers. Our fathers were absent. They were in Nairobi. They were coming once a month, in a blue moon. And we had to be raised by our mothers. So our mothers had to be tough a little bit and tell you, even if you are tall, my mother will say, even if you are tall like a tree, I'll climb you and beat you up there. You know, the boy grows tall and you think he's tall. Well, even if I'll climb you and beat you up.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So for boys, implement punishment quickly.
Yes.
So kama
And
umefika
explain
yes, explain.
why you're punishing them.
So kama umefika age ya boxing, mangumi go for knockout. Quickly.
Yes. And many times it's to let the boy know that you don't enjoy the beating either. You're also disappointed that he's bringing it into this.
So when you beat them, you also cry.
You're
not enjoying. You express your emotion.
Tell them you have driven us to this. We didn't want this. It's you brought it all this far. And let them repeat why they are being beaten up. Remember, some teachers would explain to you and then have you repeat.
Yes.
That is very important. Let them know what has occasioned this. You went fist fighting with that boy. You went insulting. You went ate food. So, you threw stones at that car. Those kind of mischievous things.
Yes.
Always associate them and don't explain them. Next time, don't make noise. No. Women, stop making noise to boys. Explain calmly. Don't drive me mad, just like our father. Don't transfer, don't project, don't get worked up. In fact, when you're worked up, don't act. Postpone the discussion until tomorrow. So now, come here, Jaden. Yesterday, what happened? Ma'am. Yes.
Beat them when you are happy.
As in when you are calm, exactly. When you are calm, don't transfer anger and frustration.
Beat them to a gospel song. Hallelujah. Nice. These are very, very wonderful tips. Some people hold the opinion that when you have your children early, at least you will interact with them as adults while you're still young.
You'll interact with them, but you're also broke. Kingori, what is the point of your father being young and he's also broke? What's the point of your mother being young and she's in a sick relationship?
Because you'll get rich together.
How will you get? You see, children demand money. Let me tell you the problem of premature marriages. You end up marrying a person you're not compatible with. To realize your energies, and this, I want you to help me get this message out here for men and women. Most women become themselves 26 and above. Before then, you don't know who you're dealing with. Before she's 25, the brain matures at 25, thereabout. When she's 24, 23, it's a caricature of the woman is on the way. This is a girl. And many of them are very intelligent, ambitious, and driven. But when she's just fresh from university, when she's the year for the year, she just looks calm like other girls. And you might think it's just dealing with a girl. Only later for her to begin to want more, to begin to be driven more. The values of her life become opposite of what you expected. She did not explore. You tied her too soon. She starts cheating left, right, and center. She feels like you shortchanged her development. So I want to ask men, even when you're dating, let's date for a woman who was matured, mentally stabilized.
So anyone dating a woman under 25 is just practicing?
Yes, they're inviting drama and mayhem and chaos and depression and stress. I don't like it when somebody goes, oh, there's this guy, a guy came and sent me 50 screenshots. of the chatting the girl is doing with, and how old is the girl? 23. I told him, man, remove your stupidity from my inbox. What are you doing with a 23-year-old? Where's your head? What are you doing with a 23-year-old? And typing for me here. How she's supposed to be exploring. She's 23.
Wow.
Want to tie her down?
So wait. As men, we are supposed to wait for sinners to reform. We are waiting on the other end. Sasa watu wafanye dhambi zao zote, tukutane on the other side.
Hata wewe unafanya zako. You started doing your this.
No, sasa okay, ona, assuming a man ameokoka maisha yake yote. No, for real.
That's true.
For real. As in, and you wait for Jezebel on the other end, sasa because they are 20, 21, 22, 23, 7 years waiting for her to log out of Jezebel. Is that even fair?
Not all women go through wild phases. The thing I'm saying is, before they become, you can't tell what you're dealing with. And let me mention this, before we close that chapter. If you stay in an abusive marriage because of children, you are not being loving, you're being stupid. You're teaching children that love, marriage, and abuse are the same. They can coexist. You're starting a generational curse. If the person is not good for you, they are not good for your children either. If the person is a not good mother for you, they are dramatic, coming home at night, causing chaos and banging, breaking glasses and TVs and cheating left and right, and you're staying there because of your children, you're being stupid. You're teaching children to accommodate abuse and they don't know what is self-respect. They don't know what is peace. They might end up marrying like you.
So moral of the story, what do you think is the way forward in terms of relationships? Because this is what, this is the environment that children are born into, right?
If you can find...
affects the generation altogether.
If you can be the two of you peacefully bringing up the child, that's the ideal. But if when you are together, it's tension and chaos, better you'd be alone with the children and there is peace. Children would rather have peace with one parent than war with two parents.
I think that's a very good place to end it. Asante sana, and thank you very much for honoring our invite. Always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you, man.
Good vibes. Asante sana, and I hope you enjoyed Benjamin Zulu on the Wicked Edition. That said, see you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.
Presenting the new Harpic bathroom cleaner. Compared to ordinary detergents, its thick formulation gives you superior cleaning and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses all around the bathroom. Blue
For the toilet.
and red
For the bathroom.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less. Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
This is NTV.
The Trend, in association with Oppo Reno 5.
A very good evening to you and welcome to TTTT. Tonight I've got I say it even without trying. Anyway, tonight. But I've got Kwach with me in studio. I have the very attractive Daddy Mato. I don't know why I had to say he was attractive. Both of you are very attractive. You're very good people. May God
I'm not hurt.
bless you.
I'm not hurt. I'm not
You know, people are very sensitive these times. So I'm trying to be inclusive.
This thing you're doing, Amina, you know the way someone comes to the room and then they say something nice about someone's dressing and then they come to you and say, you look nice too. It's a balancing act.
Listen, you could have just paid me the compliment. I could have been like, we're here with Daddy Mato and the very attractive, successful COVID billionaire. Watch. Anyway, my name is Amina Abdurrabba. Good evening to you. I am so happy that you've joined us tonight. I don't know how your week was. Ours was long, draining, and thank God Valentine's is behind us. So, whew. My gosh. At the Trend Live on Twitter, these are some of the stories that were trending this week. Let's take a look at the biggest stories that you were talking about in the 254. Well, the writing is on the wall, or is it the feet? Youths have come up with new ways of bribing the KDF soldiers, but did it really work? I don't know. I don't know. KC Deputy Governor's vehicle torched after being involved in a road accident. What is becoming of our youths? A gang in Cape Town, South Africa wrecks luxury cars as they cause chaos within the city. Stick around and find out their reason for that. Your opinions, 2 cents, and everything in between at the Trend Live is our handle on Twitter. Please jump on the hashtag TTTT. Tonight, the Trend is brought to you by Oppo Reno 5, which is launching on the 22nd of this month. But let me tell you, this device, I feel like it fits so well in my hands. It comes in 2 colors, right? So there's this very interesting silver shade that changes color. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see that. Yeah. So it changes. Oh, it looks so nice, right? And then you can have it in black. So for the fellas, I know that you usually want a more toned down color. That would be the one for you. For the ladies, Mato, why are you waving?
I'm just showing you that I have the black one.
Are you kidding?
I had to. I had to. That is fantasy silver. This is starry black. I mean.
I know, because there's something very fantastic about this. I can fantasize about just making money and things. Kwach, what do you fantasize about?
I mean, we fantasize over things that we don't do. You already make money. Wacha kujaribu kudanganya Wakenya.
I was just about to say that I want to be the both of you when I grow up, because this phone is being released on the 22nd. Y'all already have it. Who do you know in this country?
We know. We know
looks like
people.
The dress you're wearing ni kama walikupea nini ukibadilisha hii looks.
Nilikuwa nimepatiwa hii simu and then I was like, okay, so can you see that?
Yeah.
I hope the entire Oppo Reno 5 family is watching. Wanipatie tu hii simu tafadhali naomba.
And then Amina, you are there the guys like the toned down colors.
They do though.
The things that Daddy Mato is wearing, and I'm like, nini.
Why are you wearing that?
What is it about toned down colors? What is it about this country that you're proud of? You have to wear it on your shoulders.
No, you see, unajua watu wameniambia, Mato, siku hizi unakuaga juu, umeenda. Lazima ningekumbusha Wakenya pia ninaweza shuka.
What?
Have you been rehearsing?
I have rehearsed that one for 3 weeks. Imeenda home.
What a waste of that material.
Imeenda home.
No, Mato, let me tell you, I really like people who take so much time and effort in planning things. You haven't been on this show for a while, and you've just been waiting. You're like, nitakuja na shuka yangu na lazima niseme joke, and I love it.
I mean, let me tell you.
I do. I love it.
Let me tell you, as a person who's been on a creative table before, some jokes just kill them. It won't hurt. Just kill them.
Stop. It doesn't always have to be about you. It's okay. Mato can take this one. He can take this one. All right. So now listen, let's get started with the very first story. Now, the police in Cape Town are looking for several suspects who destroyed cars in a luxury car shop on Wednesday. The gang's rampage was caught on CCTV and has gone viral on social media. The gang demanded for 2 cars but were refused, and then the suspects proceeded to damage every car in the showroom. Kama ulikuwa unalala na haujaona, ulikuwa Valentino, you're just enjoying. Watch this.
Shop dealership in Woodbridge Island. They demanded.
I don't understand how or why, but let me start with Kwach. What do you make of this video?
The first interesting thing I saw when I was reading this story is that the 40 of them came in 2 vans. So this is a point to express that they were really in dire need of cars because they needed space to transport the rest of them. But this also reminded me of a narrative that has been going on in this country about, oh, the haves and the have-nots, oh, sijui nini, who... It gets to a point that this really happens in South Africa, where the difference between the poor and the rich is so wide that it brings all these conflicts. Sometimes the poor feel that they are the way they are because the rich are the way they are. And that only leads to such kind of acts where, oh, vandalism, they start going around burning things, they start going around destroying luxury cars. And someone is here destroying a car, hata akiambiwa, ati oh, sasa tunakufunga mpaka ulipe hiyo gari. I don't know. You know, people, sometimes hata ukiamua kuibia mtu, iba kitu ukiambiwa ulipe, you know, you can even attempt to give it back. You look at those cars that are there, you're wondering, munavunja hizi gari alafu?
Hizi ni zile zenye wanaulizanga, like, do you know the way that, like, 2 options?
Yes.
Go to jail or, like, pay it back.
Yes.
And you're just like, let me just dance towards jail. I am not going to buy a Lamborghini, you know.
Coach, tunajua kitu ulikuwa unataka kusema, ni Dynasty versus Hustler. Hustler versus Dynasty. Umekata.
You say that, Mato. It's
okay. But hii ni tabia ya wanaume wa Nairobi wakikataliwa na wasichana. Hiyo tabia wacheni African. Africans,
wait,
it's an African problem.
They refuse, they don't know how to handle
rejection is not properly accepted in African society.
I think generally even women don't know how to handle rejection. Yes. We don't know how to be told, babe, hawezi kukuja leo, or just, you know, generally.
Inakuwaga mbaya. Hii Valentine's bana, unaambia mtu kuja, nimeprepare. Alafu unafika unaambiwa so leo nimechoka, mazee ni Sunday, nilikuwa kigosho, nataka nilale. Mtu atacatch feelings bana. Labda hao waliambiwa, unajua labda ni wale, unajua kuna watu walikuwa wameenda pia. This is amoni kuna copy paste ya story fulani ya jamaa fulani waliambiwa waende kwa party headquarters fulani, waende vitu fulani, wakanyimwa, wakaharibu huko. So labda walikuwa wameambiwa waende hizi mambo ngine. Nini? Kikaumana. Huwezi jua.
It could also be a competitor's kind of thing, where someone decides, if I'm not the one selling them, then you can't too.
Okay.
But well, SA really has this thing. It's not the first time you're hearing a story about the people who come from the ghetto and such like places going to attack the people in the main town and those luxury
suburbs.
Quite, it's okay. Nilonele mimia Ash Wednesday. Ati, oh, Wajaluo, we know what you're saying. Stop it. It's okay, go on. What were you trying to say?
He's just landed from Kisii right now.
Tell us, what were you trying to say?
He's just landed from the
rest of the region.
Oh, okay. Your point imeenda hivyo?
Your point.
Mimi naona tu, hata vitu zinaanguka hapa. Lakini simu yangu bado iko intact. Oppo Reno 5 nilikuwa tu nataka kusema AI charge nini. I really like phones that charge really fast so that you can get on a Zoom call fast, you can send that email quickly, you can get those pictures and those videos. I know Quach has no idea what I'm talking about.
Let me tell him.
Valentine has passed. Where was your girlfriend? All right, so let's move on to the next story now. Kisii Deputy, Mato, what did you want to say?
Nilikuwa nikitaka tu kusema, within 48 minutes, you have 100% of charge with that phone.
Is it not?
48 minutes?
100%
I like that.
within 48 minutes.
At least that comes to save people while they are on buy at you. simu yake iko 98% but haizi kukupea charger. So you just chomoa for 30 minutes, iko karibu kuja.
Enough time for, you know, Amina kumaliza makeup yake.
Wow. No. That I can assure you, no. Daddy Mato, you are lying.
She takes longer.
It takes 4 hours.
It will take 4 phones to be full.
For me, for me to transform from a man to a woman, you watch it.
Nice. Okay.
Usually when it comes to Nation, I look like Quatch. In fact, hiyo nini yangu ya simu haiwakingi. Nikiwa na makeup, they just like cannot recognize.
So ufika huku 4.
Niwache bro, ndo nifanyeshe ya saa mbili. I try. Caitlin Jenner, hello.
This is why people should appreciate this show, because for it to be on air, you have to leave home at 1.
I can't do anything else on Friday. I can't even meet you for brunch. I can't. Lazima nikuje nianze kuwekelewa mavitu.
Someone is like, Amina, will you come for breakfast? Hapana, naenda show.
Lazima ni transform.
But show near 8.
From Abdullah to
yeah.
What's your name, Mimi? At the end of the show, we're going to talk to someone from Oppo and talk all about the Renault 5. But right now, as we continue with the next story, Kisii Deputy Governor Josh Maangi's official vehicle was on Wednesday evening torched by an angry mob after it hit and killed a border rider and his passenger in Ololunga, Narok County. Now, the motorcyclist, Mr. John Saanyo, and his 80-year-old son died on the spot, and may their souls rest in peace, after being knocked down by the governor's vehicle. All the occupants of the vehicle escaped unhurt. And this isn't the first time or the second or the third, and it just breaks my heart. It's not the 4th or 5th time that we've heard of a politician's, motorcade that hurts or either takes a life. I just don't know where the stories go after
This story strikes 2 ways. The first, it comes just barely a week after that story about the disabled guy who was knocked down by the politician's car, who's not been accountable yet. I don't know if it was a politician or just a public officer. They're still chasing after that. Also, actually, guys, I was there yesterday. I just passed through the road. Nikaona gari inachomeka. On our way, we were going to Sori. We lost a friend of ours who we just laid to rest yesterday. And I didn't know the story. When I go there, that's when I started hearing, this. I thought it was just an accident and then maybe the car blew up or something. Yeah. Then when we were there, that's when we were being told that, actually what happened is that this guy knocked down this person and then lives was lost. There was 2 ways to this story. It is said in the story that the guy was getting into the road, the border person was getting into the road with the son. It's actually a tricky situation, very tricky situation, when someone loses their lives, even if they were on the wrong. Also, this is something that happens when the justice system does not go after what is right. Citizens tend to take the law into their own hands. If people are still waiting for the person who knocked down the disabled person to be charged or something like that, and then this happens, then they know that if we let this one go, it will just happen like the other one did. The governor is lucky to be alive. Comes only a week after alifungiwa ndio asihekol watu kwa matanga.
And it's very unfortunate that the personnel, the drivers of government vehicles are the bullies of the road.
Why?
The worst bullies. Ni mkubwa wako ndio ako na hiyo cheo. Sio wewe. Lakini ukinikuta kwa barabara usinigonge. But fact remains, you guys are unfortunately very careless and rude on the road. Mta overlap, and
what in the wrong side, what in the wrong
side, and then with those strobe lights
even
of theirs.
At the roundabout, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen a car come on the other side? It's so confusing.
Yeah,
I just saw it happen yesterday.
But you see, as far as the presidential motorcade is concerned, because kuna hizi ndogo ndogo na kuna presidential motorcade. One thing I appreciate with the presidential motorcade is the police officers that are always stationed kwa barabara kutoka mahali anatoka hadi mahali anaenda. Those are not security for the president. Those are for the people who might decide now is the time to cross or now is the time for this. That is the job of those police officers. So that people might know. Ukiona nakuambia wewe simama, usichukulia ati ni mkubwa anapita. That is for your security, because those cars zoom past those areas. Hizi gari ndogo ndogo, how my drivers, deputy governor, tutamfanyia nini jamanini? Gari ya ministry, kwa sababu ni GK, inakuja imevuka na watu kwa barabara, I mean.
And then, you know, the worst thing that people can ever tell you is that if you ever get into an accident and you decide, I'm not going to let impunity reign, I am going to stand and defend my right, and then they hit you, you are going to be left there because no one's going to stop, and it's just, you know, you'll go and claim that, you know, story with your insurance company, but like, they don't stop to be held accountable. They're not.
Unfortunately.
But also, it's hectic. You know, and they do it all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like even ambulances sort of like abuse. And I don't know if it's just me who feels like that, but then
Sometimes
I sometimes feel like they can cause an accident based on how recklessly it's being driven. I understand the emergency of a patient, being taken to the hospital, but then sometimes they're driving on, again, the wrong side of traffic, which
how will the person know that if there's a car in front of me and then I'm going to overtake it, and then I just meet a ambulance coming, how will I know?
How will you know?
Well, guys, they blare their horns. But anyway, I also wanted to say, we can't let the other side of the car being touched just let slide. As much as this happened, it's also not a good thing that it's actually a rampant thing that border guys take the law into their own hands when things like this happen and they decide to burn down the cars because they feel they have the right to do so. That's why I saw a post today, someone was saying, if you have to be involved in an accident with someone, a border guy, do not wait for something to happen or police to serve justice. Same Hustler Dynasty story. Rush to the police station. Go there, chukua polisi, murudi na yeye to the scene, then that's way you might protect your car and even your life.
That's very true. And then also, let's try and not record fast. Try ask for help in case you see something. You don't have to be like, hey, Manza was here, hello.
Exclusive footage.
What's up? Recording for NTV. I don't know where you're recording for.
Lakini saa zingine ukiwa na simu kama Reno 5 inabidi umekatoa tu. Yeah, segue no? Perhaps.
That is a great segue. We're going to be talking to Mudhoni Wahira from Oppo Kenya, and hopefully she's going to be awarding one of us, the three of us, the panelists tonight. Hey. We're going to be answering questions about culture and geography. Ati what?
The guy who doesn't have it yet.
Have it yet? You mean like?
Have the phone.
I was going to talk about other things, but it's okay. I was going to talk about like hair. One of you has hair, the other one bought it like me. But it's okay. It's ours. It's ours, quiet. Let them be. Now, have you ever been in a situation where umechokos run to get your life saved? We're going to be telling you more about that. The hashtag is TTTT at the Trend Live on Twitter. We're going to be back with all of that and more right here on the show. Don't go anywhere.
We keep running faster and faster. I don't know what we're after yet. I'm always checking my phone and you're happy being alone, man. I got you on my mind. You're always on my mind.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
Kijani Ridge is Tatu City's premier neighborhood, offering a 1.5-acre fully serviced plot in a controlled development. The plots overlook a beautiful dam with natural green spaces. Kijani Ridge is a walking distance from Nova Pioneer and Crawford International Schools. Families are already moved in and more homes are under construction. Contact us for daily site visits and join us for our mega open weekend on 6th and 7th March.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Advance for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Advance. This has been Medifax for Panadol.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
How powerful is the healing power of Vaseline? We applied Vaseline jelly to one leaf, the other we left alone. After just a few days, the difference is visible. Nothing locks in moisture better to keep skin restored. That's the healing power of Vaseline.
Mama Ashanti. How this Nigerian couple has teamed up with 2 other West African families to bring the taste of West Africa to Kenya.
These yams are not found in East Africa.
Really?
These are West African yams.
On Kenya to the World,
governments have done what they need to do.
Kenya and Ghana boost trade between the 2 countries. And on My Magical Kenya, why mangrove forests are key to the tourism sector. This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
You are watching The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 5.
Welcome back to TTTT. Now, have you ever been in a situation where umechokozwa and then you run to your mom, right, for help, only for her to side with that other child who you went to report? Could we say this week we witnessed the same scenario? Now, an attempt by a Nairobi police officer to escape auctioneers pursuing him was thwarted at the last minute when the police manning Embakasi Garrison main gate denied main entry. Now, it was a dramatic chase by 4 officials from Vintage Auctioneers that saw police constable Joseph Washuri drive into Embakasi Garrison, and then the auctioneers alleged that he defaulted a car loan for 1 year and went on to remove the car tracker which the bank had installed. Wakati wadeni wewe unajua nasamanga hakuna mtu anakutambua, so Daddy Mato, why do I say your
It's
Martin,
okay. No. It's okay.
Martin.
Wacha sisi watu wa kuchukua loan kununua gari tuongelee kitu. I mean, you might not relate. Yeah, so
watu wa cash.
Yeah, watu wa cash you might not relate. Sisi watu wa loan.
Even though I was okay, unitafuta. Yes, man.
Hey, boss, lipa deni, tafadhali, lipa deni. You see, one thing, these 4 men are very brave. To know he's a police officer, to know he could be armed because he had threatened them before with his, with his gun. Kumfuata bado, mpaka anakimbia, anajaribu kuingia kwa military base. Alafu kitu ingine, mapolisi hawajajua military na police bado hawajawahi pendana. Uchai notice hivyo? Hawapendanagi. Na sijaijua ni kwa nini.
Hata mimi nashanganga. And this is so weird, like even when it comes to de-escalating an issue, they still have, you know, an issue working together. And I never understand.
No, it's levels, guys. It's just levels. From 3s and 4s hawezi sikizana. It's a thing of someone feeling mimi I'm just superior. Just kidogo.
Na mwingine kutaka kuprove hata mimi ninaweza. So inashinda hiyo mashindano kila wakati.
But also, this thing was about loans. And this is something that sooner or later we'll have to talk about as a country. The idea of loans and how it is paid na kina corona period and things like that. And you know, loans inaanza basic and with your friends asking for money, and then all of a sudden you're not receiving phone calls, umezima simu, umebadilisha number. This is what this guy did. He's not receiving the phone calls, he's removing the tracker. Ukiwa na deni ya mtu, the least you can do is to respect them. When they call, you answer.
You answer and you stand up, by the way.
When you have someone's money or property or anything, every time they call, hata kama ni saa 9 usiku, you do not have the right.
And you're so enthusiastic when you answer that call. You're like, hello,
wow.
How are you? Like, be happy. Now, listen, the KDF recruitment has had its fair share of drama after young men were caught bribing the soldiers. Their tricks were, however, thwarted when they wrote the amount they were willing to offer under their feet. Did you guys see this picture?
Yes.
Real quick, Mato, what were you?
I mean, hii ni siri tu imetobolewa. Hivyo ndivyo wamekuwa wakiambiwa wafanye.
Oh, really?
Miguu ikienda kuangaliwa, unaambiwa uko willing kutoa pesa ngapi, lakini utoke nyumbani ukijua uko willing kutoa pesa ngapi. Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly. Yeah. What interested me is that this is the first time KDF imekataa chai, but
I think niju hiyo msee alikuwa anakanyagia hiyo story.
I like that. Anyway, so just in case we're not back with Mato and Kwach, thank you so much, you guys, for your contribution tonight. Like I said, the show is brought to you by the Oppo Reno 5. When we get back, my apologies. It is actually Muzoni Washira from Oppo Kenya, who we're going to be talking to about how, you know, maybe I can see how I can get to a phone or not. Maybe this week, maybe next week. Cindy, let's find out after the break. You're watching NTV.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Makeup is a passion for me. I love beauty. Nililearn skill ya makeup na ku-watch tutorials kama YouTube na Instagram. Alafu nikaanza ku-practice na mabeshte wangu, and with time I would take pictures of them and the page would grow. Now people started DMing me and asking me how much do I charge. So that's how I started my business. That's where I get most of my clients, like 70%. Mi hutumia 1 GB giga bundles ya mobile data statement imenichanua kujua vile kila app inatumia bundles zangu. So now I'm able to channel my bundles on the apps I need the most.
Dial *544# and select 8 for bundle management to get your data statement, and you'll get free 200 MBs for first-time access.
Today tastes like a new tradition, like an old favorite. Tastes like all hands on deck and all eyes on the prize. Today tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Selena! Don't get puzzled. She's my twin. I shine your toilet. And I bathroom. So, is your bathroom clean?
Yes!
Presenting the new Harpic Bathroom Cleaner. Compared to ordinary detergents, its thick formulation gives you superior cleaning and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses all around the bathroom. Blue for the toilet. And red for the bathroom. Harpic Bathroom and Toilet Cleaner cleans and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses.
Cusco Housing Cooperative offers end-to-end integrated property solution to individual and corporate members. We offer loans for plot buying, house construction, house purchase, house completion, among others. To benefit, join and save towards your dream home 5 times your savings with no guarantors and repayment period of 15 years. For inquiries, call us on 0722 701 694 or 0727 570 121. Cusco Housing Cooperative, your property solution partner.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Pants is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
I have to admit, I didn't like Sukuma Wiki when I was growing up, but now I've created a way to make Sukuma Wiki tastier and meatier. I simply add 2 Royco beef cubes and the end result is a rich, meaty flavor. And today, I have brought along my harshest food critics for a taste test. My kids.
More, please.
Royco beef cubes. Add 2 small cubes for a big, meaty taste.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
I wish I could have soft and glowing skin.
New Geisha Black Soap with activated charcoal to give you soft and glowing skin. New Geisha Black Soap and New Geisha Moringa.
This is NTV.
NTV News Headlines in association with Safaricom Data Statement.
Tonight, the president is still putting his house in order just without his deputy.
Unajua yale mambo yako, you understand siasa.
Is the rift in the rift getting narrower?
Lakini entugu tugul chigiyoe ongeger bicho matoger borit nenyu William.
Usikuwe na wasiwasi ati kuna maneno hapa. Hapana. Sisi ni watu united.
Also tonight, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission denies witch hunt in summoning Baringo MCAs. Politicians read malice.
To me, is further intimidation. And that is as a result of us voting or shutting down the BBI.
The thin line between BBI politics and state engagements. Plus, your household may pay 6,000 shillings annually to the National Hospital Insurance Fund to support UHC. Eyes on Parliament.
There could be challenges, and that is what we are discussing.
At the end of it, then we will be able to come up with a proper BPS.
And punishment comes in many forms.
So I asked him, I said, why can't I take Holy Communion? He said that he doesn't like the way I chew the bread.
Kwa nini Mungu unanipatia punishment?
We take a pulse check on the internet.
NTV News Headlines in association with Safaricom Data Statement.
Dial *544# and select 8 for data statement. The first time you access your data statement, una get 200 MBs completely free.
We keep running faster and faster. I don't know what we're after yet. I'm always checking my phone and you're asking me alone, man. I got you on my mind. Always on my mind.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Ni ukweli imeshuka bei. Smartphone ya nguvu 4G screen kubwa ya kuwatch game ni 3999 pekee. Ni ukweli ni kutoka Safaricom. Iko na battery kubwa na apps zote za Google unazozipenda. Isitoshe inakuja na 3 months free WhatsApp, unachat hadi usiku na kesho ingine. Ni ukweli plus free education bundles za Shupavu 291 na KICD. What?
Ni ukweli bei ya Neon Ray Pro sasa ni 3999 pekee. Pata smartphone ya nguvu kwa bei nafuu kutoka kwa duka la Safaricom au dila leo. Safaricom for you.
Like every mother, I'm worried about dangerous insects, especially mosquitoes, which spread diseases like malaria to my loved ones. This year, I'm not afraid. I'm using Mortein Doom. Mortein Doom All Insect Killer provides protection in seconds. Not even a single mosquito is spared. Because even one mosquito bite can cause malaria. Mortein Doom provides protection in seconds.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Do you think this is it, girls? No! Let them know! Let them know irritation! Let them know! Let them know irritation! We need a revolution! For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
In Kenya, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Brushing with Pepsodent removes bacteria and repairs tiny holes before they become cavities. Because every smile matters.
When I open my eyes, I see beauty you can't believe. Oh mama, no place I'd rather be. Kamasi Kenya, duniani hamna kama we, nothing better. Si unapendeza, when the sunshine over you, my love. Your sounds heal my soul, nothing better. Kenya unapendeza. Inanitosha, 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 yeah, yeah. Inanitosha, inanitosha.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
You are watching The Trend in association with Oppo Reno 5.
And welcome back to the studio. Thank you so much for still being with us. Your news is coming up. Look at me watching a series on my Reno 5. But anyway, listen, we've got the news coming up in the next few minutes. In studio with me right now, Muzoni Washira. I have no idea what it is that I had turned on, by the way, Muzoni.
You're still watching your series.
I know. I was trying to like watch a number of things. I was on Netflix, but here we are, so I have paused it. But welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Amina.
I'm just enjoying my phone.
You enjoying?
I am.
You
I
love
am.
it?
So there are two colors, right?
Yes.
Which one and which one?
Fantasy silver and starry black.
I think this is a very interesting, sort of like cool.
It matches
color.
with even your attire.
It does.
It's like you knew you were going to be here.
Yeah, purple, like pinkish and like yellowish. I really like it. Let's talk projections 2021. What does Oppo have in store for us?
Consistency.
Okay.
Yeah, for us, consistency is very important because we believe that we're not only just launching devices after devices, but what does the consumer want? So we're also focusing on consumer satisfaction and making you as a consumer keep coming back to purchase an Oppo device.
When you say what the consumer wants, is this something that you do often where you have like focus groups or you're constantly engaging your clients to find out what more they want from Oppo?
Yeah, both. We do have a focus group and we do have where we are engaging our customers. So when you walk into our shop, we want to find out what you want as a consumer and why you want a particular device from our shop. Also depending on your preference and also purchasing power.
As you talk about purchasing power devices, what are you launching 2021? Other than the Oppo Reno 5, which by the way officially launches on Monday, right?
Yes.
And people can now get it on pre-order?
Yes, on all our stores countrywide. You just walk into an Oppo store branded Oppo and you go make your pre-order and our salespeople are going to assist you. So for 2021, for now we can only speak about the Oppo Reno 5. I'm also excited to see what the year holds in store for us. But possibly technology is more of what you're focused on too.
It's very, very cool. I think this is a really, really cool phone. This is definitely going to be a game changer. And the very interesting thing about Oppo is that they've chosen a very different kind of direction as far as their marketing is concerned.
True.
They fully embraced digital and digital marketing. And influencers, for one, was something that you very quickly and were one of the few people to adapt within your marketing strategy. And, decided to have all of these really cool celebrities to join in and start selling your brand.
Yeah. So the reason being is art. We are more focused. Reno is all about art. It's about creativity. And if someone follows you, for instance, Amina, and we're working with you, we build credibility, we build partnerships, we build loyalty. Someone who believes in Amina selling an Oppo Reno 5 will keep coming to purchase an Oppo simply because Amina also is believing in that brand. So we also want to make sure that while we're working with our influencers and our osters, we call them our osters, we are having a win-win kind of a partnership and building trust with our customers. Yes.
So you've worked with Cody?
Pascal.
Oh,
we
yes.
call him the ladies' man.
Oh, he's called the ladies' man.
The ladies' man.
Pascal,
he may be out of the market,
okay.
but he's still attracting the ladies to come and purchase the Oppo phone.
You also have Kamene?
Yes, we have Kamene, who has been working with us for the A series, and she's also part of the Reno series.
Avril?
Avril is the longest who has been with us. She's a fantastic brand.
Man like Jalas?
Yes, Jalas is, you know, he's Jalas, he's Jalango. He brings his awesomeness to the team.
Amina?
Amina. We look forward to, you know, I think we need to talk after this and see me behind the tent and you can sign a contract.
But anyway, now listen, so for the people who want to watch on Monday, what link do they have to follow and how can they get it?
Our links are on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and also on YouTube. We have shared all these things on our social media platforms. So I can promise the audience that they're going to have a game changer kind of a launch. Nothing that has been seen like that before.
Oh, nothing that's been done before in the 254?
We never even did it during Reno 4.
Hey,
this is new.
This is Oppo Reno 5.
Yeah, so they better grab
we have
some
to change
popcorns,
things, right?
Popcorns
and get ready for the entertainment.
Please, yes.
Please do not hide your identity. Come on Monday. We're going to share a link on our handles. That's Oppo Kenya on Twitter. That's NTV Kenya as well. Make sure that you tune in at 10 p.m. We have a fire show lined up for you. Thank you so much to Kwach and Daddy Mato for helping me out as panelists on TTTT Monday. The Oppo Reno 5 launches. Will you be getting one? I hope so too. We want to picture life together. Catch you at 10 p.m. My name is Amina Abdurabad. Time now for the news. Good evening.
Trend in association with Oppo Reno 5.
We keep running faster and faster. I don't know what we're after yet. You have to be alone, man. I got you on my mind. It's on my
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
Piga *444 hashi utunukiwe Credo Double.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Invention from Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Helen Paul.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I've been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains removal. Harpic's thick formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergents and bleach.
Wow, now I'm convinced, Helen Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that she's part of the mission, the next house is yours.
This is NTV.
Hello there, you're just in time for NTV Weekend Edition this Friday, 19th February 2021, live from the nation's center. The top stories. Tonight, the president is still putting his house in order just without his deputy.
Munajua yale mambo yako, you understand siasa.
Is the rift in the rift getting narrower?
Lakini entugu tugul chigiyoe ongeger bicho matoger borit nenyu agwilia.
Usikuwe na wasiwasi ati kuna maneno hapa. Hapana, sisi ni watu united.
Also tonight, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission denies witch hunt in summoning Baringo MCAs. Politicians read malice.
To me, is further intimidation, and that is as a result of us voting or shutting down the BBI.
The thin line between BBI politics and state engagements. Plus, your household may pay 6,000 shillings annually to the National Hospital Insurance Fund to support UHC. Eyes on Parliament.
There could be challenges, and that is what we are discussing.
At the end of it, then we will be able to come up with a proper BPS.
And punishment comes in many forms.
So I asked him, I said, why can't I take Holy Communion? He said that he doesn't like the way I chew the bread.
Kwa nini Mungu unanipatia punishment?
We take a pulse check on the internet.
This is Weekend Edition with Edmond Nyabola.
Welcome to our broadcast tonight. Our sign language interpreter is David Agondoa. And to our top story, and Kenyans will have to wait for the budget policy statement to be tabled before the National Assembly to know if every household will begin parting with 6,000 shillings annually towards the National Hospital Insurance Fund, NHIF. The government maintains that the mandatory health insurance will be rolled out under the universal health coverage, and it will see Kenyans acquire both outpatient and inpatient services. However, the National Treasury and Planning Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani says the National Treasury, is in discussions with the Ministry of Health to consider providing at least 1 million vulnerable families with medical cover under the Universal Health Coverage Plan. The proposal, he adds, is that government makes a budgetary provision of at least 6 billion shillings annually, but this is still under discussion. The CS ended his statement by saying that families are not paying at all. NTV's Coast reporter Kevin Mutai gives us the context to this discussion.
The proposed new health insurance cover by the National Treasury is a move by government to boost the healthcare coverage to all Kenyans under the UHC program. The state is proposing a compulsory deduction of 6,000 shillings per household every year to help boost the capital available for the National Hospital Insurance Fund towards financing the ambitious universal health care coverage agenda.
The truth is that even the universal health coverage is being implemented. There could be challenges, and that is what we are discussing. The role of legislators, members of the National Assembly and the Senate, possibly, is to discuss those challenges and come out with solutions.
Funds aggregated under the UHC cover will be deployed towards what is being termed as Essential Health Benefits Package, aimed at facilitating health coverage for low-income households. The government also says that under the program, 1 million Kenyans from vulnerable backgrounds will be catered for in the UHC scheme.
At the end of it, then we will be able to come up with a proper BPS, which of course will be tabled in the House in the next couple of days. I think by the end of next week.
The new insurance scheme will cover outpatient and inpatient services, including maternity, dialysis, cancer treatment, and surgery, among others. NHIF will also be managing funds, but the Ministry of Health will regulate the rollout towards financing the Universal Health Coverage Program. Kevin Mutai, NTV, in Mombasa.
Away from that to politics, and President Uhuru Kenyatta is now calling on Kenyans to reject leaders who use division and chaos as a stepping stone to power. The president was speaking during a tour of Nairobi, where he pledged more for the youth, as Vincent Oduor now tells us.
President Uhuru Kenyatta was in Kayole and Dandora here in Nairobi in a tour to commission Soweto and Ushirika hospitals. It is here that the president asked Kenyans to shun leaders he says are banking on chaos to ascend to power.
Lakini tukiwa watu ambao wanataka kuchimbana, watu ambao wanataka kugawanya wananchi kwa mirengo mbali, hiyo ni vita inatuletea na umwagikaji wa damu. Mimi naambianga watu ya kwamba uongozi ni wa mara mbili. Unaweza uongoze na kifua, lakini unaweza kuongoza na upendo na majaliwa ya Mwenyezi Mungu.
The youth are increasingly becoming the center of attention in the 2022 race in what has been framed as a hustler versus dynasties narrative. The president has voiced opposition to the narrative, and today he pledged more for Nairobi youth.
Nimeona vijana hapo na wote wanasema wanataka kazi mtaani irudi. Munakubaliana na wao? Basi wacha tufanye mbinu tuone ni vile tutarudisha hiyo program. Vijana waendelee na kazi ya kuwasaidia na ya kujenga Kenya.
Earlier on, he presided over the swearing in of 9 newly appointed chief administrative secretaries. They include former Nairobi County Assembly Speaker Beatrice Elachi, who has been appointed to the Ministry of Gender and Public Service. A president keen to rally his administration behind his legacy quest had cautionary words to his appointees on performance.
Wewe former speaker, hawa tumekuwa bunge na hawa, alright? Mnajua yale mambo yako, you understand siasa, yeah? Mambo ya 2/3 gender rule ikianguka shauri yenu. Msiseme mimi sikuwapatia nafasi ya kuhakikisha imefanyika.
The president urged the new appointees to prioritize completion of government projects. Vincent Odur, NTV.
Now, the president may have tried valiantly to avoid giving his deputy the time of day on his visit to Nairobi's Eastlands, but William Ruto was on the other side of the country in the Rift Valley, made it clear that last week's attack on the source of his wealth, I should say, had not gone unnoticed. The DP painstakingly drawing comparisons between himself and the late Hosea Kiplagat, as both of them, in his view, rose from humble beginnings to the higher echelons of power.
There may be an attempt to criminalize it, but the hustlers versus dynasties dynamic of the 2022 presidential race refused to rest, even at the funeral service of the late KANU-era notable Hosea Kiplagat. When he took to the podium to pay tribute, Deputy President William Ruto drew comparisons between himself and Kiplagat, painting them both as hustlers who'd attained political power by proving themselves faithful and building on the hand that was extended to them when they started out.
Tukimwona mtu pale ambaye ametoka mahali padogo na amepata mali kama vile Hosea amepata, tusianze kuwaita wezi.
As the politics around the Building Bridges initiative heats up, the deputy president was once again forced to defend himself against accusations that he built his empire corruptly.
Nia yangu ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba wale ambao wataendelea hawatakuwa watu ya kunyanyasa na kuibia wananchi.
At Kiplagat's burial, the hustlers and dynasties dynamic also played out as a supremacy battle between Ruto and the late retired President Moi's son, Gideon.
Na ndugu yangu Gideon, nyinyi ni watoto wa tumbo moja. Lazima mshikanishe jamii ya Wakalenjin pamoja.
Senator Olekina, usikuwe na wasiwasi ati kuna maneno hapa. Hapana. Sisi ni watu united.
Obaga. Matolen kule mocha magchita etke andabiga lag chubunusa. Matobot uchita numochini lagokche klo kaitani no kuchomin kusiron. How?
Last week, the Baringo County Assembly voted down the BBI Constitutional Amendment Bill, of which Moi has been a vocal proponent. A vote that some read as a show of Ruto's might in Gideon's own backyard. Speaking of turfs, on the national front, the Kikuyu Member of Parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, said that if there's anyone who should be leaving the government, it certainly isn't Ruto.
Hata kama tukiongea tunaambiwa tutoke kwa serikali, ati tuongea tutoke nje, hatutoki. Tutaongea tukiwa ndani, mkiwashwa nyinyi tokeni.
Olive Barrows, NTV.
And staying with politics, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission says the summoning of 18 members of Baringo County Assembly after chaos broke out when the BBI bill was rejected is not witch hunt, but usual procedure. The commission says it is a routine which follows any disrupted legislative houses sitting, and Baringo is not an exception. The MCAs, however, are reading malice in the move, but say they will honor this summons. Bridget Ngana has more.
The 12 members of County Assembly, the Speaker and his deputy, and the sergeants at arms at the Baringo County Assembly will from Monday to Thursday appear before the Ethics and Anti-Corruption officials in Nakuru to explain the chaos at the County Assembly last week, in which the proposed constitutional amendment bill was shot down. ESCC says this procedure follows the authority's mandate to protect the Leadership and Integrity Act, and it has also investigated other legislative houses where proceedings turned violent. However, some of the Baringo legislators read malice.
To me, is further intimidation, and that is as a result of us voting or shooting down the BBI. Scuffles and skirmishes in county assemblies has been happening through the country.
One of the responsibilities of ESCC is to guard and monitor ethics and integrity of leaders. So this invitation is really nothing out of the ordinary. It is something that is expected, and we shall be able to obey.
Local administrators as well as senior state officials have been key drivers of the Building Bridges initiative, with some decrying the use of security apparatus to push political agenda.
We are providing a conducive environment for people to engage in very open discussions. We have got a stake in what's happening because it's going to impact on me also as a person, not just as a regional commissioner. And I've got a stake in ensuring that the people of Rift Valley are going to remain united even going forward.
The role of public servants in civic engagement, such as the ongoing constitutional amendment debate, is an ever-changing conflict of interest. On one end, they try to remain neutral, yet support the government position on an issue such as this. At the other hand, is that they are citizens and they do feel they need to take part also in a civic process. Now, where do we draw the line between public service and political engagement, or is it meddling? Bridget, Ghana, NTV, Nakuru.
To education matters now, and corporal punishment is not the answer to unrest in schools, and this is according to education experts and stakeholders who have today held a consultative workshop to deliberate on increasing cases of arson in schools. They are instead calling for the creation of special schools for unruly students.
Create alternative schools for children who, even after all efforts by the teachers and parents, don't comply with the school rules. To transition so that the incidents of unrest don't subvert the official policy of free and compulsory basic education. These schools should be structured in such a way that the character formation will be a major part of the curriculum, even if it means that such children take longer to cover the normal curriculum.
We are trying to teach children as they grow up that violence does not solve any problem. And caning is telling them that if someone upsets you very much, you can vent out on them with violence. And so we think that that is not the way to go.
Now, the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife is calling for a speedy development of a management plan for the Masai Mara ecosystem. Najib Balala says delays in drawing up the plan is leading to uncontrolled land development and grazing in the vast ecosystem.
It is the seventh wonder of the world, but the famed Masai Mara ecosystem is slowly degrading, threatening the very wildlife that attracts millions of visitors to the reserve each year. It is the lack of a management plan to protect the flora and fauna that's being blamed for the Mara's problems.
We wanted a management plan 10 years ago. We are now going to the end of February. There is no management plan for the reserve.
The CS has now directed the Narok County government to speed up the planning process and finalise the Masai Mara management plan, which will then be forwarded to the national government for urgent gazettement.
If we don't do the management plan for Masai Mara Reserve, it will die and we will regret it. Because overdevelopment is what kills the reserve. Overgrazing will kill even the conservancies.
When the plan comes into force, it would result in the control of the number of visitors allowed into the park at any given time, especially during the peak season of annual wildebeest migration. It would also control investment inside the park and see the government issue permits to lodge developers in a more controlled manner.
All this chaos you see at Talek, at Sekanani, at all these big settlements, I don't think the answer is to relocate them and erase them. The answer is to reorganize them so that they can benefit and wildlife conservation can benefit.
Surrounding communities would also benefit from the plan. The latest move is the 5th attempt by the government to implement a management plan for the Mara. The first was slated for implementation between 2010 and 2020, but all attempts flopped owing to differing interests and divergent opinions among stakeholders.
Now, the Kenya Meteorological Department is warning of increased rainfall from March all the way to May in various parts of the country. Those living around the Lake Victoria Basin, the Rift Valley, Turkana and Nairobi counties can expect increased rainfall between March, April and May months. Southeastern lowlands, past of northeastern and the coastal region can expect average rainfall. Those in the extreme northeastern region may likely experience below average rainfall, according to the weatherman. The national government, county governments, as well as humanitarian organizations are now being advised to put in place measures to avert possible negative impacts, including clearing drainage systems in time to avert a possible flooding of city estates. And it's 16 minutes past 9 p.m. We take our first short breather on NTV Weekend Edition. We still have plenty more for you. Please stay with us.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Oya ni aje, mino Jonte Fresh. Jumi transform ordinary za mtush zenye ziuka mna hii harufu ya bail into the freshest igi koshi yote. Siri ni hii Real mpya ya pink. So clean, so fresh. Ma customer unaisana na hii story. Ninatumia aerial touch of down mpya tu.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Invention from Molfix just for your baby. Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
I don't check my energy. Bossy, bossy.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongeze zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Usijali, tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Nitajuble nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 hash utunukiwe Credo Double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Mama Ashanti. How this Nigerian couple has teamed up with 2 other West African families to bring the taste of West Africa to Kenya.
These yams are not found in East Africa.
Really?
These are West African yams.
On Kenya to the World,
governments have done what they need to do.
Kenya and Ghana boost trade between the 2 countries. And on My Magical Kenya, why mangrove forests are key to the tourism sector. This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome back to the broadcast. To the COVID-19 pandemic now, where Tanzanian President John Pombe Magufuli now appears to acknowledge the existence of the disease in the country, but has ruled out a lockdown. President Magufuli is instead asking Tanzanians to seek divine intervention. In Kenya, meanwhile, 226 new infections have been confirmed in the last 24 hours. From 4,606 samples, the national caseload now stands at 103,841. From some 1.25 million tests done since March 2020. 6 more patients have died from the disease in the last day alone, raising the fatality count to 1,813. Another 75 patients have been discharged from various medical facilities and home-based care for 85,512 recoveries. Nairobi County has recorded 142 new infections, Kiambu 16, Nakuru 14, Machakos and Uasin Gishu counties 9 each, and Laikipia 6. And President John Magufuli, as I said earlier, has said that there will be no lockdown owing to the COVID-19 situation in Tanzania following various deaths in that country. The head of state has instead called for 3 days of prayers across the country starting Friday. Addressing mourners at Chief Secretary Ambassador John Kijazi's Mass in Dar es Salaam, the president said, quote, "God has never forsaken Tanzania."
Ulipoingia ugonjwa huu wa kubana mafua mwaka jana tuliushinda kwa sababu tulimtanguliza Mungu pamoja na juhudi zingine mbalimbali. Unapoona kitu huwezi ukakitatua wewe, mwambie Mungu. Magonjwa ya vifua, ya kupumua na kadhalika yatakuwepo na hayakuanzia hapa. Ziko nchi ambazo zimepoteza watu wake wengi. Sisi Tanzania, Mungu ametusaidia sana katika kipindi cha mwaka uliopita. Tuendelee kusimama kwa kuchukua tahadhari, lakini pia tukimtanguliza Mungu. Mungu hashindwi. Tuanze kwa leo kwa ndugu zetu Waislamu ambao wameshaanza. Kesho Jumamosi kwa ndugu zetu wa Sabato wanaosali Jumamosi, na Jumapili kwa ndugu zetu wa Kristo, kwa siku 3. Kwa kumuomba na kufunga, mimi nina uhakika tutashinda. Uchumi ukaendelea kupanda na corona upo. Miradi ikaendelea kutekelezwa, wala hatukuweka lockdown. Hata sasa hatutaweka lockdown kwa sababu tunajua Mungu yupo siku zote.
Well, back home, the Department of Defense is investigating 12 individuals suspected to have been involved in malpractices during the Kenya Defense Forces recruitment, which has ended today. The department is terming the exercise a huge success in most parts of the country. Vice Chief of Defense Forces Levi Mgalu says the 12 include civilians and military officers. DOD has also denied the notion that the exercise discriminated against women, saying over the years there has been a gradual intake of women into the forces, with 2021's recruitment seeing a 12% increase. This year, 150 general service cadets, 150 undergraduates, 3,550 general duty and 150 constables have been recruited.
Mambo ambayo hayahitajiki. Kawaida uchunguzi lazima ufanywe kama vile sheria inahitaji. Kwa hivyo iko katika hali ya uchunguzi kwa wakati huu.
For the first time in decades, Scouts worldwide are expected to mark the Founders' Day ceremony in honor of the movement's founder, Lord Baden-Powell, away from the Memorial Park in Nyeri, owing to the COVID-19 containment measures. The Kenya Scouts Association announced that the event is to be marked at Baden-Powell Memorial Park in Nyeri town on Saturday, and it will be an invite-only function with not more than 200 guests. After the Founders' Day, vetting of Scouts is set to be introduced to weed out infiltrators. The movement, with over 1.4 million members in Kenya, was started in 1910 by Baden-Powell. Following his death, he was buried in Nyeri town. Annually, I should say, the day is preceded by a week of camping dubbed the Foundary Camp, which involves service surrounding communities.
Nyeri, as a county, which is the maker for scouting, has been hosting more than 100,000 young people and over 50,000, volunteers, adults during such event. But again, we have now decided to also comply to the government, set standards.
They have left a very great mark in this institution. They have touched very, very needy hearts, very needy people who normally afford 1 meal per day.
And on that note, we take another short breather on NTV Weekend Edition. When we come back, Dan Mwangi has all the day's business. Stay with us.
We keep running faster and faster. I don't know what we're after yet. You're happy being alone, man. I got you on my mind. You're always on my mind. You're always on my
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Welcome to our new office. Wonderful sight. Just imagine 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the parking is, and then the warehouse front door here, the reception here, and the fridges here. The lorry's entrance there, and their exit there. One way only. What is it?
So where is the building?
Fast, stress-free construction. Get your factory-made buildings in 10 weeks with Southbuild. Order yours now. Southbuild, a quality building solution from MRM.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Kijani Ridge is Tatu City's premier neighborhood, offering a 1.25 acre fully serviced plot in a controlled development. The plots overlook a beautiful dam with natural green spaces. Kijani Ridge is a walking distance from Nova Pioneer and Crawford International Schools. Families are already moved in and more homes are under construction. Contact us for daily site visits and join us for our mega open weekend on 6th and 7th March.
Sasa, mimi ni Zuri from Safaricom na niko hapa kukuchanua. Jichanue na data statement kujua vile kila MB ya bundle yako imetumika. Dial *544# and select 8 for data statement. The first time you access your data statement, una get 200 MBs completely free.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water, and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
Mhasibu Sacco Society Limited is a reputable Tier 1 Sacco for all professionals. We pride ourselves in business stability and growth, having been in existence for the last 35 years with an asset base of over 6 billion shillings and over 18,000 members spread across the world. All professionals should join us to benefit from competitive products, high qualifying credit, attractive returns, and services automation. Join us and attain your financial independence. Mhasibu Sacco, the Sacco for professionals.
Good evening and welcome to NTV Business. I'm Dan Mwangi. Now, the National Treasury's quest for a 75.1 billion shillings increase in the national budget for the current financial year will be subjected to legislative scrutiny next week. According to the chairperson of the National Assembly's Budget Committee, Kanini Kega, the supplementary budget draft tabled by the National Treasury last week will be topping the intro, I should say, for the August House's agenda in the coming week. The supplementary budget seeks to increase recurrent spending and development spending by 26.2 billion shillings and 48.9 billion respectively. The National Assembly's Budget Committee in Mombasa County having a pre-budget review conference with the Treasury, the Central Bank of Kenya, the Commission for Revenue Allocation, the Auditor General and other stakeholders. Shareholders of listed marketing and communications firm Scan Group lost 147 million shillings in market wealth during Friday's trade as the company's share price fell by 6.1% to close the day at 5 shillings and 60 cents. The decline in the share price was precipitated by the news of the suspension of the Chief Executive Officer and the Chief Financial Officer on Friday morning. Julian Samboko now takes a look at the shake-up at Kenya's only listed marketing firm.
It is not common that the board of a listed company suspends the chief executive officer and the chief financial officer all at once. This is even more uncommon when the chief executive officer is the founder and among the top 5 shareholders, accounting for 10.7% of the total shareholding, as is the case with Bharat Thakra, who has been stewarding Scan Group since 2006. In a statement to shareholders and investors, the board of WPP subsidiary indicates the suspension of the 2 C-suite executives has been necessitated by, and I quote, investigation into allegations of gross misconduct and possible offences in their capacity as senior executives and employees of the company, end of quote. This development comes just a week after the Scan Group announced changes to its board with the appointment of Jason Day and Shahid Sadiq as non-executive directors effective February 8, 2021. The suspension of the 2 executives comes at a daunting time when the half-year numbers for the 6 months ended June 2020 indicate that Scan Group plunged into loss territory, in spite of which it went on to issue a special dividend of 8 shillings for every ordinary share held. The board says it has delegated authority to an interim chief operating officer, Alec Graham, as it considers the appointment of an interim chief financial officer for the company. Scan Group was started as a private company in 1999 and went public at the Nairobi Securities Exchange 7 years later in 2006 before becoming a subsidiary of the British multinational WPP in 2013. Julian's Amboko, NTV.
British American Tobacco Company Kenya that made a net profit of 5.5 billion shillings in 2020, up from 3.9 billion shillings in 2019, defying the tough economic environment occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic. The 42% increase in net profit came on the back of a 2 billion shilling reduction in taxes on account of lower sales volumes in Kenya and a reduction in the tax rate by the government. The robust performance saw the company increase its net earnings even as the revenue dipped by 2% to 38.8 billion shillings in 2020 compared to 39.8 billion shillings the previous year. BAT's board has proposed a final dividend for the year ended 31st December 2020 of 41 shillings and 50 cents per share, subject to approval by shareholders at its annual general meeting to be held later this year, which is on the 12th of May, to be specific. The week for me and business are all done, and so am I. Good night.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi, guy, what the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What about video?
8K video. Beyond cinema quality.
So
you can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
But will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
That is just for me. It really feels very comfy.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
The Ministry of Health would like to remind all Kenyans that coronavirus is still among us and that we must continue to adhere to all preventative measures to contain the spread of this deadly disease, including proper wearing of face masks.
Avoid wearing your mask under your nose, under your chin, because this doesn't protect you. The droplets can still land in the environment and things can still land on your nose and mouth.
Komesha Corona. Okoa Maisha.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
The magic beckons. From aquatic thrills to wild adventures, experience our latest additions to the magical Kenya Signature Experiences collection, filled with the most unique and authentic Kenyan travel experiences to cure your wanderlust. No matter where you choose to travel in this paradise we get to call home, you will be spoiled for choice and make memories that you'll cherish for a lifetime. Rediscover the magic.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Now, it has been a touch week for some, or a punishing one if you may. Punishment can come in many forms and circumstances. Sydney Chazima has been browsing the web and has knitted together some situations where life has served people with, well, punishment.
Kwa nini Mungu unatupatia punishment?
Punishment, it comes in many ways. Here, a show of bravado on display, the punishing sun and demands notwithstanding. Busy as bees they marched. But here,
nyuki walivuruga zoezi la kuwasajili makurutu eneo la Kinango.
They couldn't match the real bees when they got busy. Well, even the bravest lie down and take punishment in humility. And humility can be imposed on you, punishingly so. They say the faint heart never won the fair lady. Here, the Nduthi heart never won the damsel. He was left stuck in his tracks. But, city life, punishing. Nairobi. Well, eating fair is nothing but fair. It's punishing to say the least.
It's going to be a comfortable journey.
But traveling with an African mother can be more than just tough love. It can be punishing. Hey. And in comes Mukhisa Kitui. They say he doesn't mourn with them, so they want to punish him.
Kijana yetu ya diaspora akujagi matanga, Mukhisa akujagi matanga. Mumewahi ona Mukhisa kwa matanga? Sasa akikuja hapa asiwapatie 200, awapatie 1000. Kila mtu kabla Mukhisa hajaongea mnampiga fine ya 1000.
Well, from the look of things, there are many things that please bishops. Many things except...
It got to a point, he stopped me. He said I should not join them when they're taking Holy Communion anymore. So I asked him, I said, why can't I take Holy Communion? He said that he doesn't like the way I chew the bread. He said I chew the bread as if I'm happy that Jesus died.
Punishment in the name of the Lord. For some, it was in the name of the rod. This is beatboxing, but here is a story about beating through boxing.
He had mentioned, I think, that should you feel you need to step out of the car, remove the key. But for some reason, because I was not thinking about the central locking cars, I felt, let me come out and stretch. As soon as I stepped out, I had click, gari lijifunga. Now, he was informed that that had happened. So now, when he was coming from the farm with the Land Rover to the junction, he didn't even wait for the Land Rover to stop. As it was slowing down, he already jumped out like the security men I see around the president and deputy. He wasn't driving, so he came out and he came straight for me. And what surprised me is that he even understood these ones of... Kuna moja alinunua, I mean, I've always wanted to go up, I've always wanted to go up in life, but not that way.
Michael did not mention the list of people who became either victims or beneficiaries of Mzee Nyachaya's cane, because he ran the risk of including me in that list.
Kwa nini Mungu unatupatia punishment?
Sydney Chazima, NTV.
Quite the punishing week there. Let's cross borders to Uganda, where 6 soldiers have been handed prison sentences of up to 3 months by a military court for taking part in the brutal beating of local journalists covering the country's opposition leader Bobi Wine. That was in the run-up to the election. The 7 injured journalists were covering an effort by opposition leader Wine to file a petition on Wednesday with the United Nations against human rights abuses. When they were set upon by security forces, one of the journalists is still hospitalized with a deep head wound, and this is according to the Uganda Editors Guild. The journalists were injured as military police chased his supporters away from the United Nations offices in Kampala. The 6 soldiers were given detentions of between 60 to 90 days, and a 7th was issued with a severe reprimand. Some of the occupational hazards within this industry of ours, and we certainly wish that a journalist speedy recovery. Let's take another quick break. When we come back, I'll have the day's sports for you. Stay with us.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa? Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hey! Guy!
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Did you know there are about 126 different species of snakes in Kenya? 33 of these species are venomous and about 12 species have been known to cause fatalities. These include the puff adders, black mambas, the red spitting cobras, among others. snake bites should be treated as medical emergencies. Message brought to you by Kenya Snakebite Research and Intervention Center in collaboration with Neglected Tropical Disease Program, Ministry of Health.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Mix of the Week in association with Airtel.
I don't charge my energy. For the journey, for the journey. For the journey. Bossy, bossy.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
One of the best ways to save money is by visualizing what you're saving for. If you need motivation, set saving targets along with a timeline to make it easier to save.
All professionals should join us to benefit from competitive products, high qualifying credit, attractive returns, and services automation. Join us and attain your financial independence. Mhasibu Sacco, the Sacco for professionals.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Mama Ashanti. How this Nigerian couple has teamed up with 2 other West African families to bring the taste of West Africa to Kenya.
These yams are not found in East Africa.
Really?
These are West African yams.
On Kenya to the World,
governments have done what they need to do.
Kenya and Ghana boost trade between the 2 countries. And on My Magical Kenya, why mangrove forests are key to the tourism sector. This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on NTV.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Karibuni sana Lotto. This is the money hour. Jina langu ni Beverly Nita. Kumbuka unachezea jackpot ya 25 million Kenya shillings.
Jina langu ni Mike Makori. Hapa kukukumbusha 25 million Kenya shillings could be yours if you match your 6 lucky numbers to enter the mega jackpot draw.
All you have to do is play any amount from 50 shillings to 1,000 Kenya shillings, known as a jishindia, yani ile juu jackpot ya 25 million Kenya shillings.
Kumbuka pia thousands of other cash prizes are up for grabs in the second chance lucky draw. Kucheza ni rahisi.
All you have to do is weke between 50 bob to 1,000 Kenya shillings, pay bill number 77700, alafu tunakuambia
kila laheri.
We begin with football, where Bandari FC beat FC Leopards 2-1 in the Bet-King Premier League match, which was played at the Mbaraki Stadium in Mombasa. William Wadri scored a brace for the Dockers, and as Ingwe's consolation goal was netted by Marvin Nabwire. FC under Belgian tactician Patrick Osems, who took over from interim coach Anthony Modo Kimania, 5th with 19 points, 10 behind leaders Tusker FC. Bandari are 6th with 19 points. Meanwhile, Ulinzi Stars won 2-0 against Sofapaka at Kericho Green Stadium. On Saturday, Nairobi City Stars will play Zoo FC in the early kickoff at Kasarani Stadium before Bidco United tackle Mathare at the same venue, I should say. Nzoia Sugar will welcome KCB at Sudi, I should say, Stadium as Kakamega Homeboys visit Western Stima at Moi Stadium in Kisumu.
Nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa ameniwezesha kufunga FC leo. Juu ingekuwa aibu tufungwe na FC na mimi nitoka huko. Lakini vijana nawashukuru kwani walifight sana, walifanya kazi nzuri na inabidi tuendelee hivyo. Sana sana tukicheza nyumbani lazima tuwe na nguvu za kufanya vizuri zaidi hapo.
So I saw the derby Gor Mahia against AFC Leopard 2 weeks ago. Tactically it was very poor. It was very poor, so that's why also we need to work a lot with my players, because it's a lot of weaknesses, especially tactically. But they are there to learn. You know, it's a disappointment to begin with a defeat.
And still on football, Sofapaka will take on Ulinzi Stars in the round of 32 of the FKF Betway Cup following a public draw which was conducted by the Football Kenya Federation. FC Leopards will play Posta Rangers. Fortune Sacco host Nairobi City Stars as Congo Boys face Gor Mahia. Gor Mahia entertain Cusco, I should say. Marafiki will welcome Tusker. Defending champions Bandari play Dimba Patriots. Bungoma Superstars host Nation FC. All the best to our team there. And KCB tackle Transfolk as Kariobangi Sharks play Tandaza, among other matches. The round of 32 is to be played between April 17th and 18th. The winner will go home with 2 million shillings as well as a chance to represent Kenya in the CAF Confederations Cup. That is the overall winner of the championship. Now, the Sports Personality of the Year Award 2020 will be recognized tomorrow in a special appreciation ceremony. The sports people will be taken through a sensitization program involving issues affecting them. The topics include managing success, health and doping, as well as media and branding. The day will culminate with a scaled-down appreciation ceremony. There are 6 award categories, down from the traditional 18. Naivasha, Nakuru County, that is in Nakuru County, is hosting the 2020 edition of the Soya Awards. And to some basketball, where the national men's team, that is the Kenya Morans, have lost 69-51 against Senegal in their opening Group B match of the final round of the FIBA Afrobasket qualifiers in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Morans, who just need 1 win to qualify, lost 21-18 in the first quarter before taking the second quarter 13-6. And Senegal won the third and fourth quarters 25-10 and 17-10 respectively. Kenya, under Australian coach Elizabeth Mills, will now play Angola on Saturday before finishing pool matches against Mozambique on Sunday. The top 3 teams from each pool will qualify for the FIBA Afrobasket, which will be held in Kigali, Rwanda, between August 24th and September the 5th. Kenya last featured in the Continental Showpiece in 1993. All the best to Morans in the subsequent games. To some international football, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is now confident that United are out to correct last season's Europa League mistakes after they thrashed Real Sociedad 4-0 at Juventus Stadium in Turin, Italy. Bruno Fernandes was once again in inspirational form, scoring twice as the Red Devils dominated a poor Sociedad. Marcus Rashford and Daniel James, who both missed several chances, scored on the counter to leave next week's return leg a mere formality. Meanwhile, Gareth Bale inspired Tottenham Hotspur to a 4-1 victory over Wolfsburg in Budapest. Bale crossed for Son Heung-min to head the opener and then cut inside and blasted home their second goal. Lucas Moura added a fine solo goal before halftime, but Michael Lindell's penalty gave Wolfsberger hope before Carlos Vinicius probably killed the game. Elsewhere, Benfica played a 1-1 draw against Arsenal.
Run, Lucas, run, somebody said, so he did. And on he goes! Oh, wonderful. Unstoppable again.
And that's all we had time for on NTV Weekend Edition this Friday. Thank you so much for making time for us. It's actually 10 on the dot and I have to leave because the trend, at least the second service, is about to begin. Do have a lovely night. Bye-bye.
This is NTV.
Presenting the new Harpic bathroom cleaner. Compared to ordinary detergents, its thick formulation gives you superior cleaning and kills 99.9% of germs and viruses all around the bathroom. Blue for the toilet and red for the bathroom.
So we have to speed up, give up,
Yes, I come maze, your favorite reggae showdown all over East and Central Africa. Jam down live on NTV maze kuanzia saa 4 mpaka saa 6.
Every Saturday lazima tukulete guest, but this coming Saturday,
yo, this is Swaka Vibe, all the way from Ghana. We are live on NTV.
Jam down from 10 p.m.
with Miss Katiwa.
And my one and only DJ Mo, the roughest and the toughest.
Jump Down in association with Pilsner.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
When I open my eyes, I see